also known as Sleek. On the foreign scene, 3-year drought in Madagascar pushes 1.5 million people into crisis. Now, the details. The meeting between the federal government and the organized labor over the recent hike in the pump price of petroleum and electricity tariff has been adjourned till next week. The move is to enable the federal government to do a proper consultation on the pump price of petrol, with labor insisting on the reversal of the price. Both parties had reconvened yesterday evening, days after the labor leaders walked out of another parley with the federal government to discuss the matter. Addressing the meeting in Abuja, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, said Sunday's event was not a walkout but a recess, insisting that both parties, the government and the labour unions, were working for the betterment of the nation. On his part, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, who was also at the meeting, gave an assurance that the government would ensure that resolutions reached would be for the benefit of the Nigerian people. The Nigerian Army has promoted 421 of its top officers to new ranks. Details of the promotion is contained in the Nigerian Army memo signed by Major General Gat Ochigbano. The promotion list contains 39 brigadier generals who were promoted to the rank of Major General, while 97 colonels were moved to the rank of Brigadier General. Similarly, 105 lieutenant colonels were promoted to colonel, while 180 majors became lieutenant colonels. The newly promoted officers are, however, barred from using their new ranks until they are formally decorated. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has struck out the case filed by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project against Minister of Information and Culture and National Broadcasting Commission. The court held that SERAP has no locua standi in the case, as it is not a part of the matter. The judge, in the meantime, described the case as a mere academic exercise. SERAP had approached the court to stop the 9 million naira fine imposed on 3 broadcast stations for infractions. The Supreme Court has dismissed an application filed by Shell Petroleum Development Company seeking to set aside a January 11th, 2019 judgment of the court upholding damages to the tune of 17 billion naira awarded against the oil company. The Apex Court had on January 11th, 2019 upheld an earlier judgment by the Court of Appeal, affirming the June 14th, 2010 judgment of the Federal High Court, which awarded the damages against Shell over an oil spill at Ejam Ebulu in Eleme local government area of Rivers State in 1970. Dismissing the application, Justice Samuel Osuji, who read the lead judgment of the Supreme Court's panel, prepared by Justice Sentus Nweze, held that the application by Shell asking it to revisit its earlier judgment was unmeritorious. Although the lawyer to Shell declined speaking to newsmen, lawyer to Ejam Ebulu community, Lucius Wonsu, while applauding the verdict of the court, said the judgment sum with interest now stands in the region of 160 billion naira. A federal high court has granted bail to the senator representing Borno South, Ali Ndume. Senator Ndume has been in detention since Monday over his suretyship for former pension reforms tax team chairman Abdulrasheed Maino, who had jumped bail. But Justice Okonabang, who granted the bail, said the decision was based on the senator's record of good behavior in court. Ndume had been remanded at the Kuje Correctional Center for failing to produce the former pension tax team boss. A magistrate court in Wuse Zone 6, Abuja, has sentenced a member of the House of Representatives, Victor Mela, to 1 month in prison. Mela, who represents Biliri Balanga Federal Constituency, was however given an option of fine. The magistrate court had 2 weeks ago found the lawmaker guilty of lying under oath while filling an INEC form before to the 2019 elections. But magistrate set a different date for sentencing of the lawmaker after his lawyer pleaded for leniency. Mela's conviction follows his prosecution by the police in Abuja after he was said to have sworn to an affidavit thrice denying citizenship of another country, whereas he has a British passport. The lawmaker had, after his conviction, vowed to appeal the judgment. The lawyer to NSAS protesters, Adeshino Ogulano, has asked the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry to summon the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola. Ogunlana told the retired Justice Doris Okwobi-led panel that Fashola must be summoned to explain the circumstances in which he found a camera at the toll gate 5 days after the shooting incident. According to Ogunlana, the visit to the toll gate on October 25th, when Fashola found the camera, suggests an intrusion into the evidence of the October 20 shootings. Ogunlana said this while cross-examining the managing director of the Lekki Concession Company, operator of the Lekki toll gate, Abayomi Omomuwa. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
It's 7 minutes gone past the hour of 6, and you're still listening to the World News on a premium news talk and sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM. Thanks for staying tuned. A Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt has awarded the sum of 50 million naira as compensation to the family of Daniel Chibike Ikaguchi, also known as Sleek, against Nigerian police. Inspector General of Police, State Commissioner of Police, and 2 of its officers. Sleek is said to have been gruesomely murdered by the operatives of the anti-kidnapping unit of Rivers State Police Command on the 19th of September 2020. Leading to a fundamental human rights suit against the defendants in the matter. In 2 of the sittings before Justice S.C. Amadi, the defendants were never in court but appeared on the last adjourned of date 23rd of November to file counter affidavit on the 4 prayers of the claimant, which was refused by the court following the argument by the claimant counsel. The trial judge in his judgment granted the 4 prayers of the claimant, which includes declaration that the gruesome murder of Sleek contravenes the Constitution of Nigeria and that not arraigning the officers who pulled out the trigger against the victim before a court was illegal, amongst others. A correspondent Uchendu Ejowo reports that the claimant had demanded for 1 billion naira, but the judge awarded 50 million naira and directed that the money be paid in due course. Speaking to newsmen outside the court, counsel to the family of late Sleek, Noble Njoku, described the judgment as justice well served.
Well, to the extent that justice has been done, we've got judgment today. That's good. The court has seen all aspects of the brutality of the police. They are very careless, without regret. How do I describe their action? The court has seen, and just like everybody knows, that what they are doing is just out of place. And I feel great about it. I feel that the court has seen and we have gotten judgment. It's good. Justice has been done in my mind. Yeah. Out of the 4 prayers were all granted, except that the 4th one was varied to the extent that the financial award we were asking for, the court varied it. And but again, how much would they give to this family that will bring back a life that has been lost? Well, the message of the judgment is police, I beg, make una know they kill people. The whole point and kill is only for our fish. Humans are not for point and kill.
Dominic Ikaguchi Onyeku, who is the father of late Sleek, and his mother, who to newsmen said the judgment will heal their wound to a certain level, even if their son would not come back alive.
Well, in principle, I should claim satisfaction. But at least our efforts, the efforts my council, the efforts of my community have not been in vain. And all brothers and sisters who have been praying for the success of this case, there has been a justice done at least. And that will enable the federal government to choose the kind of people they give guns. Don't give gun to psychopaths and mental patients. You see their attitude, the way they killed my son, you see that these people are psychopaths. They have no human feelings.
We thank God for everything. God has done his best. Because whatever that happened is God's own. He's the one that did it for us through the help of our people. I'm not happy. No amount of money they will give me to return my son back. Money is not talking. Can't hear his voice through that money again.
It would interest you to note that the family of late Sleek had, in the pursuit for justice for their murdered son, approached the judicial panel of inquiry investigating alleged murder, violation of fundamental rights of citizens, and other forms of brutality by men and officers of Nigerian police. but the prayers were dismissed by the panel following the pending matter in court. A suspected sea pirate who has been terrorizing passengers along the Port Harcourt-Bonny waterways in Rivers State, Daniel Ezekiel George, has been arrested. The suspect was arrested after his gang allegedly attacked a passenger boat that claimed one life along the Bonny-Port Harcourt waterways in the state. 28-year-old George, who is also a boat driver, was nabbed during an attack on Port Harcourt-bound travelers around Asarama area of Andoni local government area of the state, cutting away their goods and other belongings yesterday. A source said many of the passengers sustained injuries from the machete cuts used freely on them by the criminal gang, while one of them died in the process. In the meantime, the spokesman for the State Police Command, Nnamdi Omuni, has confirmed the incident, saying a manhunt has been launched to apprehend fleeing members of the gang. The Chief of Staff at the Rivers State Government House, Chukwuemeka Nwoke, says the infrastructural development of Governor Nyesom Wike is the major cause of the alleged gradual exiting of All Progressives Congress in the state. Nwoke spoke when the leadership of PDP in Emoha local government area of the state, including former minority leader Chidi Lloyd and Uche Minuku, who is the PDP chairman in Emoha, to receive members of APC who defected to PDP in Ward 5 Ubili community. The PDP Ward 5 chairman Emenike Lichi and leader Justice Amadi, as well as Festus Chikumeka Mak, said the defection of the new members from APC marks the end of APC in Rivers State.
We are happy as a PDP member. The defection is okay. We received the new member of APC to PDP in our ward. It's a credit PDP in the community. We thank God for that. I want to use this opportunity to thank my leadership in the community of PDP. Today, we thank God that there's no more APC in the Obele community. Today is PDP.
I want to say without any equivocation that the good policies and programs the state government led by His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike have been unprecedented in the history of governance in this state. The developmental initiative coupled with the welfare of the people have been the reason for such exodus of the beleaguered members of APC into the PDP.
On their part, Pius Onyebule and Emmanuel Okpara, who led the defectors to the PDP, promised to be loyal and committed to the unity of the party.
Well, I'm happy today. I've met my brother back to PDP. I wish my brothers who remains in the APC well. I've left APC to PDP. Today, I hope APC have food with deceive and other things. As a young youth who is growing, who want to grow in politics, I wish I should join my brothers in PDP because of the system of our governor.
So on behalf of this, we pledge that we are going to be loyal, law-abiding, and participate in all the party activities, provided you give us information.
On the foreign scene, the United Nations Food Agency says a 3-year drought in southern Madagascar has pushed 1.5 million people into crisis. The WFP said the number of people in need of assistance had tripled in the past few months. In the worst hit area of Ambosari, 3/4 of children have dropped out of school to help their parents look for food. Some people are exchanging essential household items, such as cooking utensils, for food. President Donald Trump has said he will leave the White House if Joe Biden is formally confirmed as the next U.S. president. Answering newsmen's questions for the first time since losing the 3rd of November election, Trump insisted, however, that this race is far from over. He has refused to concede, citing unsubstantiated claims of voter fraud. Individual states are currently certifying their results after Biden was projected as the winner with an unassailable lead. The Democrat leads Trump 306 votes to 232 under the Electoral College system used to pick U.S. presidents. The tally is far more than the 270 needed to win, and Biden also leads the popular vote by more than 6 million. Electors will meet to formalize the result on 14 December, with Biden due to be sworn in as president on the 20th of January. In sports, Nigeria has dropped down to 35th position in the latest FIFA Coca-Cola World Rankings following a lackluster display in November that saw them end the year without a win. The rankings released by the World Football Body showed that Nigeria dropped 3 places from 32nd position in November. The Super Eagles dropped 3 places from their previous position following a poor performance against Sierra Leone in their 2021 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying fixtures. They also dropped from number 3 to 4th in Africa. Meanwhile, Sierra Leone are among the biggest movers on the continent as they climb 4 places to 116th in the world. Senegal moved up 1 spot to 20th in the world and are number 1 in Africa. Tunisia remains second on the continent and 26th globally, while reigning African champions Algeria dropped 1 spot to 31st and 3rd in Africa. In the global rankings, Belgium retained their number 1 spot, with France and Brazil occupying the 2nd and 3rd positions. To end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. The Nigerian Army has promoted 421 of its top officers to new ranks. The lawyer to end SARS protesters, Adeshina Ogunlana, has asked the Lagos State Panel of Inquiry into police brutality to summon the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, to appear before it. A Rivers State High Court has awarded 50 million naira against the Nigerian police over the death of Daniel Chibike Ikaguchi, also known as Slick, who was allegedly shot by a police officer. On the foreign scene, we told you a three-year drought in Madagascar has pushed 1.5 million people into crisis. That was the news as edited by Chinedu Iwuna. For comments and inquiries, please call 081-5341-8657 or 081-4434-3502 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Do not forget, take responsibility, wash your hands frequently with soap on the running water. Avoid touching your face and high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. I am Wisdom Obina. Good evening and thank you for listening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the name is the one who made the public know about.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your Premium Talk Radio station.
We are your Premium Talk Radio station. Today 95.1 FM, the station with a unique dial.
Feel the magic in the air. Levez les mains en l'air. Allez, allez, allez. Feel the magic in the air. Levez les mains en l'air. Allez, allez, allez.
Feel the magic in the air. Magic system. Red one, Shawty.
Yes, it is time for some football magic. Good evening and welcome to yet another exciting edition of Soccer Nation. This is the best 15 minutes of football you can get anywhere on radio. My name is Victor Oriahi. I am your favorite Melanin sports presenter. All right. And right about now, I'll be taking you through the biggest football stories making the rounds in the last 24 hours. It promises to be exciting, I tell you, as of course club football action resumes this weekend, and not just in the European scene, right here in the country. We're going to be having our own Rivers United, battling with Forturo, as well as Kano Pillars and what have you. It promises to be exciting, I tell you. But of course, let's get the show on the way, starting with the games to expect in the CAF Champions League. As saying back, Coach Fatai Osho says his team hopes to make a big statement in the CAF Champions League as they play Burkina Faso side Rahimo FC in the preliminary round right there in Burkina Faso on Sunday. The Aba-based side and Plateau United we hope to be the first Nigerian side to win the Champions League since Enyimba won it back-to-back in 2003 and 2004. While Enyimba will travel away for the first leg, Plateau host Tanzanian side Simba SC in the very first leg. Fatai Oshop said that his team will try their best to make their fans happy during the game. He says, aside our preseason tournaments, we have also played close to 13 friendlies with different kind of players looking for the right combination for the team. When we win, our fans don't take winning bonuses. We are the ones that take winning bonuses. What they take home is the happiness and the joy seeing that their team wins, and that is what we are going to give to them and to make the whole of Nigeria happy. For a long time, no Nigerian team has made a big statement in the Champions League, and that is what we are looking at. We want to make a statement that will make everybody proud. I tell you, I'm hoping for that statement to be made. Well, Enyimba will leave for Lagos, or did leave for Lagos today for that Sunday's encounter, while Simba arrived Abuja yesterday for their game against Plateau United. They will host the second leg at the Enyimba Stadium, Aba, while Plateau will travel to Tanzania, as both games will be played on the weekend of the 4th to 6th of December. Well, let's go talk about the national team, as the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development has banned scouts and hangers-on from the camp of the Super Eagles. In a statement by the media office of the Sports Ministry, the Sports Ministry directed the Nigerian Football Federation to carry out the directive. It says NFF must get rid of hangers-on and individuals who do not have clear mandates and are around the national team. These are agents, scouts, etc. They should operate outside the perimeter. Well, it went further to say the sport minister also tasked the NFF to set up a scientific template to benchmark the performance of the Super Eagles, saying this will curb poor performances and mediocrity in the performance of the players. It was also decided that henceforth, invitation of foreign-based players to the national team must be based on current form and performance. Foreign-based players' performance must be properly monitored before being invited to the team. Dare has been critical of the Eagles' technical crew since they squandered a 4-goal lead to draw 4-4 against Sierra Leone in the 2021 African Cup of Nations qualifier at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Benin City, on the 13th of November. Well, speaking about the Super Eagles, Nigeria has dropped down to 35th position in the latest FIFA Coca-Cola World Rankings following that unimpressive display in November that saw them end the year without a win. Well, the rankings released by the World Football Governing Body earlier today showed that Nigeria dropped 3 places from the 32nd position in November. The Super Eagles dropped 3 places from their previous position following a poor performance against Sierra Leone in their 2021 African Cup of Nations qualifying fixtures. They also dropped to number 4 in Africa. Well, just looking at the FIFA Coca-Cola rankings, Senegal, they moved up 1 spot to 20th in the world and are still number 1 in Africa, while Tunisia remains 2nd on the continent and 26th globally, while reigning African champions Algeria dropped 1 spot to 31st and 3rd in Africa. According to the latest ranking, Equatorial Guinea and Burundi are the biggest movers in Africa, climbing 10 spots after avoiding defeats in their AFCON qualifying games. Well, in the global rankings, Belgium retained their number 1 spot, with France and Brazil occupying the 2nd and 3rd positions. England and Portugal completed the top 5 positions, and with the next FIFA rankings, the last for 2020, which will be announced on the 10th of December. Before we go to the international scene, let's talk about a Nigerian player. This time it is the captain of the Super Eagles, Ahmed Musa. Well, he has played down reports linking him with a move to English Championship club Sheffield Wednesday, insisting that he wants to return to top-flight football instead. Well, the 28-year-old who spent 2 seasons at Leicester City is currently without a club, having left Saudi Arabia club Al Nassr by mutual consent last month. Musa told BBC Sport Africa, "I don't know where the potential move to Sheffield is coming from, because I don't pay attention to rumors and gossip. With due respect to the club, I left Saudi Arabia to continue my career at the top level in Europe. and that is the ambition. Well, Musa scored 11 goals and provided 14 assists in 57 matches, helping Al Nassr, whom he joined from Leicester in the summer of 2018, to the Saudi Pro League and Super Cup titles. He achieved success in Russia with CSKA Moscow, where he won 3 league titles and added 3 domestic titles before switching to Leicester City for a club record fee in July 2016. Well, talking about the CAF Confederations Cup, before we just switch our attention to the European scene, Al Amal at Barra defeated KVZSC 1-0, and later today we will be having a Monastir up against Fasiu Ketema. While talking about the Nigerian counterpart, tomorrow by 4 p.m, Futuro will host Rivers United in the CAF Confederations Cup, while by 6 p.m. it will be Giraffe up against Canopilas. Ashanti Gold would face the Salitas, and Yelin will be up against USGN.
Tous ensemble on fait le show. On t'invite à la magie. Y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis. C'est bien faire la folie. On t'invite à la magie. Y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis. Oh, 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 oh.
Well, the finals of the CAF Champions League is going to be taking place today. Yes, today, with Zamalek up against Al Ahly. Well, let's get straight to the European scene and talk about what's happening right there, as Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola has decided to be mute as regards the future of Argentine forward Sergio Aguero. Well, Guardiola believes Aguero would always retain his predatory instincts in front of goal, as Manchester City hope the return of the club's record scorer will end a Premier League goal drought. City are off to their worst league start since the first few months of the club's Abu Dhabi-backed ownership, as Guardiola's men currently sit 12th after scoring 7 goals in their last 7 games. Guardiola says he's going to give us good moments this season. He's still not in his best condition. We cannot forget how long he was injured. He's a guy, he needs to be so sharp. His quality to score goals in the box always was, always is, and always will be. We do not have doubts about that. Well, Guardiola could be entering his final few months in Manchester City after 9 years at the club, with his contract expiring at the end of the season. Guardiola refused to comment on whether the 32-year-old will be offered a new deal, but said Aguero had earned the right to go out on his own terms. He says he's a guy who deserves, with the club, fair talks to decide what is the best for him, for the club, and for everyone. Well, we wish the man Sergio Aguero the very best, but I tell you, I think he might just be staying at Manchester City, especially with Pep Guardiola getting a new deal with the club. Tottenham Hotspur have announced plans for 2,000 fans to attend the North London Derby against Arsenal on the 6th of December. Well, Spurs are one of the 10 Premier League sides in Tier 2 areas where up to 2,000 people are allowed at outdoor sports events after lockdown in England ends on the 2nd of December. The other 10 teams are all in Tier 3, where no fans are allowed. Spurs said they will allocate the tickets via a ballot for season ticket holders and executive members only. It will be the first match in front of the spectators at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium since the FA Cup 5th round game against Norwich on the 4th of March. Liverpool have also set out their plans for 2,000 fans to watch their Premier League match against Wolves at Anfield on the same day. Well, the supporters will be seated in the main stand, and the ballot will be open to fans who live in the Liverpool City region, an area that covers the borough of Liverpool, Harting, Knowsley, Sefton, St. Helens, and Wirral. Well, let's just see how that one goes, but having fans return back to the stadium promises to be exciting for Arsenal. They're going to be opening their stadium on the 3rd of December for their league game, their Europa League game against Rapid Vienna. While for Everton, ticket ballots will only be open to season ticket and hospitality members, as they will be able to host fans at Goodison Park against Chelsea on the 12th of December. Well, speaking about Everton, Liverpool, Everton's fullback Lucas Digne will be sidelined for 2 to 3 months after suffering an ankle injury in training this week. The French international is set to have surgery on Monday before commencing his rehabilitation. Manager Carlo Ancelotti said Digne was a big loss because he was one of the best left backs in Europe. The defender has been one of the outstanding performers this season for Everton, who are sixth in the league. Nils Nkunku, who joined Everton on a free transfer from Marseille in July, is expected to deputise for Digne. Digne's absence is a major setback for the Toffees, who host Chelsea, Arsenal and Manchester City in the Premier League in December, as well as having a trip to Leicester City and a Carabao Cup quarter-final at home to Manchester United. Well, let's go to what happened last night in the UEFA Europa League. Of course, Thursday night football is for the Europa League team, as Tottenham Hotspur were part of the teams that had games yesterday. It was a whitewash as Tottenham defeated Ludogorets Razgrad 4-0. I tell you, the scoreline says nothing as regards how tight that game was, or how one-sided rather that game was. Tottenham had 22 shots on target, while Ludogorets Razgrad had none. They couldn't register a single shot in that very game. So sad, I tell you, and quite dominant from the Tottenham Hotspur team. Well, Jose Mourinho is describing Dele Alli as a team player after the out-of-favour playmaker's performance helped Tottenham to the brink of qualification for the Europa League knockout stage thanks to a 4-0 win against Ludogorets. Ali shown in a sports team that repeated the dominance they displayed in the 3-1 win in Bulgaria 3 weeks ago to move within a point of reaching the competition's last 32. Carlos Vinicius translated his side superiority into 2 goals before halftime, his very first for the club. The Brazilian, on a season-long loan from Benfica, got his second thanks to Ali's selfless pass across goal when he could easily have shot himself. Mourinho said he could try to score, but for Vinicius, it was an easy goal. A team player does that, no risk, and 2-0. It does not surprise me that he did that. Dele was like the team. A very good first half. In the second half, in the first 20 to 25 minutes, they closed and tried not to concede more goals. We became a little more passive, and we never really felt the threat of a possible goal. We let it go down a little bit. Well, elsewhere, it was Nicolas Pepe, the Ivorian, who shone like a million stars as Mikel Arteta challenged Pepe to improve his consistency after the Arsenal winger reacted to Sunday's red card against Leeds by helping the Gunners cruise into the last 32 of the Europa League. Pepe was accused by manager Mikel Arteta of letting down his teammates after being sent off at Elland Road in the Premier League. But Arsenal's record signing responded with the opening goal in a fine individual display against Molde. The £72 million signing from Lille curled the powerful strike into the top corner just after the break in Norway, having minutes earlier struck the bar. Well, Pepe got 1 goal and Reiss Nelson got another goal, while a Nigerian, or a man with Nigerian blood, Folari Balogun, he came off the bench and in just few seconds, he registered the third game of the day. Well, Arsenal ended that one 3-0. Elsewhere, Napoli honored the memory of Diego Maradona with a 2-0 win over Rijeka, which allowed them to go top of Europa League Group F in the first match since the death of the Argentine icon. Well, Gennaro Gattuso's side entered the field all wearing the number-10 jersey of Maradona, who won Napoli's only Serie A title in 1987 and 1990, as well as the 1989 UEFA Cup. Gattuso said Diego is a legend and he will never die. Since yesterday, you could see that the city breathed a different atmosphere. We hope to dedicate something important to him and to win a trophy. In this city, we have talked about it for too many years. Well, let's go give you the results of games played last night in the UEFA Europa League. Well, Roma defeated CFR Cluj 2-0. They tell you earlier that Arsenal were 3-0 better than Molde, while Rapid Vienna defeated Dundalk 3-1. Bayern Leverkusen were 4-1 better than Apoel Beersheva, while Slavia Prague defeated Nice in that game, ended 3-1. Rangers and Benfica played out a 2-2 draw, and Grenada were 2-1 better than Omonia Nicosia AZ Alkmaar played out a goalless draw with Real Sociedad. Napoli were 2-0 winners over Rijeka, while Leicester City and SC Braga played out a 3-3 draw. It was a thrilling game indeed as Leicester City cruised through to the last 32 of the UEFA Europa League. Lille and AC Milan played out a 1-1 draw, while Sparta Prague defeated Celtic 4-1. Well, it's still a very open group, I tell you, with Lille having 8 points, AC Milan 7 points, and Slavia Prague having 6 points. Villarreal were played out a 1-1 draw with Maccabi Tel Aviv. Karabakh lost to Sivasspor 3-2, while LASK lost to Royal Antwerp 2-0 in favor of Antwerp. Tottenham Hotspur were 4-0 winners over Ludogorets Razgrad. CSKA Moscow played out a goalless draw with Feyenoord, while it was Gent who lost at home to Red Star Belgrade 2-0. Well, let's give you the games to expect this weekend across Europe's major leagues. It's you know how it is during the weekends, always packed with quite a lot of exciting football action. Starting with the English Premier League, Crystal Palace would host Newcastle United by 9 p.m. today. And the first game of Saturday football, we see Brighton and Hove Albion welcome Liverpool at the Amex, the American Express Stadium. Manchester City would open their doors to Burnley at Etihad, while Everton would hope to get all 3 points when they host Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United. West Bromwich Albion would welcome Sheffield United by 9 p.m. on Saturday, and on Sunday to be Southampton versus Manchester United. At Stamford Bridge, the Super Sunday fixture, definitely Chelsea up against Tottenham Hotspur, with Arsenal taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers by 8:15 p.m. In the Spanish La Liga tonight, Real Valladolid will be up against Levante, while Elche would face Cadiz on Saturday. Valencia will face Atletico Madrid by 4:15 p.m. SD Huesca will be up against Sevilla, while Real Madrid will do battle with Deportivo Alaves. Barcelona would welcome Osasuna to the Nou Camp. Getafe versus Athletic Bilbao, while Celta Vigo will hope to get all 3 points when they battle Granada, while Real Sociedad will be locking hands with Unai Emery's Villarreal. In Italy, Sassuolo versus Inter Milan. Benevento would face champions Juventus. Atalanta would hope to keep on cruising after that 2-0 win over Liverpool when they face Hellas Verona. Lazio will take on Udinese. AC Milan versus Fiorentina. Bologna versus Crotone. Cagliari up against Spezia, while Napoli would face AS Roma. In Germany, Wolfsburg will take on Werder Bremen later tonight by 8:30 p.m. on Saturday to be Augsburg versus Freiburg. Borussia Dortmund versus FC Cologne. RB Leipzig versus Arminia Bielefeld. Union Berlin up against Eintracht Frankfurt. VfB Stuttgart versus Bayern Munich, while Borussia Mönchengladbach would face Schalke 04. Bayer Leverkusen would be up against Hertha Berlin, and Mainz 05 would face Hoffenheim. In France tonight, Strasbourg would face Rennes, and on Saturday to be Marseille versus Nantes. Paris Saint-Germain up against Bordeaux. Lyon facing Reims on Sunday. Lens versus Angers. Lorient versus Montpellier. Metz up against Brest. Monaco versus Nîmes. Nice up against Dijon, and Saint-Etienne tackling Lyon. But because it's the weekend, let's just give you a rundown of some transfer gossip. Nothing concrete. These are just gossip ahead of the January transfer window. Well, Barcelona presidential candidate Emily Roussard says that if elected, he will sign 2 top players, one of them who is Neymar, the 28-year-old Brazil forward who made a world record move from Barca to PSG in 2017. Well, Lyon have dropped Arsenal target Houssem Aouar for Sunday's game against Reims as the France midfielder refused to warm down after being an unused substitute for their win over Angers. Manchester United have not given up hope of signing Barcelona's Ousmane Dembele, but they will try to agree a loan move for the France forward. Juventus are monitoring Dutch international Donny van de Beek situation at Manchester United, with the 23-year-old midfielder failing to secure a regular starting spot at the club since his summer move. Borussia Dortmund's director Michael Zorc sees Norway striker Erling Braut Haaland staying with them for a long time, despite the 20-year-old being linked with Real Madrid. Chelsea are eyeing a move for Atletico Madrid's Uruguay centre-back Jose Jimenez, and Tottenham Hotspur are set to sign Leicester English winger Demarai Gray on a free transfer in January. Liverpool could earn a £30 million windfall in January by signing Swiss midfielder Xherdan Shaqiri and Belgian striker Divock Origi. Well, Barcelona could move for Liverpool's Senegal forward Sadio Mane or Netherlands midfielder Gini Wijnaldum after a clause in the deal which took Felipe Coutinho to the Nou Camp expired. At Barca signed another Liverpool player, they would have had to pay an additional £89 million. And lastly, Italy goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma is close to agreeing a new contract with AC Milan. This is where we draw the curtains on today's edition of Soccer Nation. My name is Victor Oriahi. I am your favorite Melanin sports presenter, and urging you to stay safe, of course, and enjoy the best of football. It promises to be an exciting football field weekend. The show makes a return, same time, same frequency on Monday to give you, but we'll be giving you the rundown of what happened during the weekend. Stay safe and keep enjoying football.
Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the name is the one who made the public know about.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your Premium Talk Radio station.
We are your Premium Talk Radio station. Today 95.1 FM. The station with a unique dial.
What is it? How come Chukwudi, that guy, Chukwudi, how come he's making more sales than us? And we are in the same line of business.
Relax. Cool down.
Are you sure he's not using something? Ask him so that whatever he says, we can use it.
I'll do something. I'll meet him. Okay, I'll meet him. He's my brother. Calm down. What is that thing you are doing? I'm your brother. What is that thing you're doing? Look at your shop now. It's always busy.
Look, my friend, it is very simple. I don't tell you this thing before, but you know the
I am willing to go anywhere, any length. Just what is it you are doing? What is the secret?
It is very simple. See, just take your business, okay? Take your business, go to Today FM for adverts, and you go experience change.
Chukudi, stop this joke now.
I tell you, because now, as we talk so, their rates don't drop.
Chukudi, are you being serious?
I did tell you.
This man goes safe. Got Chukudi. Want buy something new? Got Chukudi.
Who they collect money? Chief can face you come now.
I come. Emeka, I need to go now. But don't forget though, Today 95.1 FM. Carry your business, go give them, and you will see change.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best.
Chukudi, Dalu, thank you very much.
Biko, be family.
Thank you.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Me, I know they do gra, I know they raga. Right now, I know they do gra, I know they raga. Right. You know one walk, you want to chop. You know one strive, you want to flex. So you must serve before you be boss. So you know one suffer, you want enjoy. Right now, me, I'm chilling in my chulo way. God knows, say I walk out to be right. If you try to mess with me, I look the other way. But if you fuck up, you will never get away. Right now, I know they do.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Emeka Biko, bia.
What is it?
How come Chukudi, that guy, Chukudi, how come he's making more sales than us? And we are in the same line of business.
Relax. Cool down.
Are you sure he's not using something? Ask him so that whatever he's using, we can use it.
I'll do something. I'll meet him.
Ask him now. Wow.
I'll meet him. He's my brother. Calm down. Biko. What is that thing you are doing? I'm your brother. What is that thing you're doing? Look at your shop now. It's always busy.
Look, my friend, it is very simple. I don't tell you this thing before, but you know the.
I am willing to go anywhere, any length. Just what is it you are doing? What is the secret?
It is very simple. See, just take your business, okay? Take your business, go to Today FM for adverts, and you go experience change.
Chukudi, stop this joke now.
I tell you, because now, as we talk so, their rates don't drop.
Chukudi, are you being serious?
I did tell you.
Where this man go, sef? Oga Chukudi, won't buy something new. Oga Chukudi.
Who they collect money? Chief can face you come now.
I come. Emeka, I need go now. And don't forget though, Today 95.1 FM. Carry your business, go give them, and you go see change.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best.
Chukudi, Dalu, thank you very much.
Biko, be family.
Thank you.
And the world's gonna know your name. You gotta go and get angry at all of my honesty. You know I try, but I don't do too well with apologies. I hope I don't run out of time, cause someone call a referee. Cause I just need one more shot, have forgiveness. I know that I made those mistakes maybe once or twice. And by once or twice I mean maybe a couple of 100 times. So let me redeem on myself tonight. Cause I just need one more shot, second chances. Is it too late now to say sorry? Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Oh, is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say sorry now? Take every single piece of the blame if you want me to. But you know that there is no innocent one in this game for two. But I go, and then you go out and spill the truth. Can we both say the words and forget this? Yeah, is it too late now to say sorry? Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Oh, is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say I'm sorry now? I'm not just trying to get you back on me. Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say I'm sorry now?
Yeah, I like that word.
Okay.
But then, it's a pleasure to be here again on Today's Woman. You know, I've actually missed the show. I was telling myself, I said, Paul, this is the third week that you've not been on Today's Woman. So I'm very glad to be here. I'm very, very happy, and I'm looking forward to everything that we're going to talk about today.
All right. And we also have Wisdom Obina with us in the studio. Wisdom, it's good to have you on the program.
Good evening to you, Buchi. Good evening to you, Bolu. And good evening to you listening. It's a pleasure to be back here once again, as interactive as it could be. It's today's woman, not today's man. It's today's man, and it's great to be here. Good evening.
All right. It's good to have you here on the program. My name is Buchi Rafwa, and you are on to Today's Woman on Today 95.1 FM.
Being a woman in Nigeria can be really tasking.
Too much expectations. You have to be the perfect wife,
be a great cook.
Oh yes, a loving daughter, and a vixen in the bedroom.
You also have to know how to work it in the boardroom. Reality check. Let's tell you how a real woman does it. Today's Woman, every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Today 95.1 FM.
Welcome back. You're still on to Today's Woman on your premium talk news sport radio station, Today 95.1 FM. Like I said, the studio is not that packed today, but we have a heavyweight co-host with us in the studio tonight. Good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. Before I move further, I'd love to start with some questions, because there's something we have to talk about today. It cannot go beyond today. What would a guy do to you, Bolu, that you would say he's sexually harassing you?
Sexual harassment. Okay, so if I don't know you before, and you start getting all over, like basically all over, like the person is, you know, touching my hand, touching everywhere. Like basically you just want to argue, you just want to do all these things by force. I could count it as sexual harassment, because I don't know you before. I don't know you from Adam, and then you start touching my hand, start touching my body like I know you from somewhere. That first of all could be like a sexual harassment thing for me. And probably I go visiting a person and the person started doing stuffs that I didn't permit the person to do.
Okay.
You have to ask, like, you don't need my permission. Like, to some extent, yeah, I feel like you don't necessarily need permission, because it actually looks more crazy when you're like, yo, babe, can I actually do this thing? Can I?
But that's what the world is turning into, yeah?
Yeah, it sounds crazy when somebody asks you for that. Like, so can I? Like, you just be like, are you serious right now? Like, that sounds crazy. But on a normal day, I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to be like, yo, can I go ahead? But if you ask now, you start looking stupid. Like, the girl won't tell you that go ahead, don't go ahead. She's just looking at you like, so what are you saying now? Don't do that. Like, so I feel like it's there for the person to know the signs, like, yo, this person likes me to that extent where I can actually try this thing and she won't say a thing. This person, you know, could actually, yeah, I feel like to some extent that's when the relationship between you and the person comes in. Like, okay, maybe you've known the person for a while, and then the person is already reading signs that, okay, this person, I like this person, and it feels like this person likes me too. If I try this thing, she won't talk, or let me just try my luck and all those kind of things. But some people, like, you don't obviously like them, like they know that I don't like you, and then they still try these things. That's sexual harassment.
Okay, for you that's sexual harassment. All right, let's hear from Wisdom. What would you term as sexually harassing someone else?
Well, I'm sure in this part of the world, it's not something that is regular with the guys, but I know of intimidations. I don't know of really harassment, but I feel...
We're talking about sexual harassment.
Not intimidation, because ladies actually intimidate guys.
How do they intimidate you?
But I don't know of harassment.
How do ladies intimidate
Okay,
guys?
it's intimidated the word torments.
I don't understand. Torments guys?
Normally, men work with what they see most times. What they see works on them, especially if you're probably not disciplined enough, or you don't have the liver or the balls to actually treat everything with logic rather than emotions. So some ladies, I mean, there was a reality TV show where a lady was bending over and trying to show her backside to a particular young man because she was trying to attract his attention. Because that actually works. And for some men, it's intimidating. And ladies will tell you, if you look finish, he go keep me, he go touch. You don't be to touch. He won't touch anything. Just they know for sure. So they like it when some ladies enjoy it when they are provoking you like that, and the man is just there. They enjoy it. They actually feel good about it. But
not taking it to a direction that I didn't plan to take it to.
But as per harassment, I think when I normally hear of those things is with the ladies, and it starts with the most common ones in our society, when people tie some things to some particular things. Like first, the man starts telling you, I need to, I don't know if I'm missing the question, but I need to date you or be with you before you can actually get this. I think that's harassing, and that's harassing on the basis of sex. Then also, when you stay with someone and the person starts making advances at you and you're not interested, you know, that's harassment. And,
but the thing is, at the end of the day, you won't know if the person is interested or not. But some people have the clear signs that this person does not like them at all.
Okay, you mean the person who in quotes the harassee, I mean
the
person being
the harassee and the harasser.
Now, getting the vibes that they like your what?
The harasser, will not know that they won't probably know if the person likes them or don't like to some extent. Some people don't know if the person likes them or don't like them. They're just trying their luck. But at the end of the day, some people have clear signs that this person does not like them.
You know,
so it's split into to some extent. The person might just try, but it will just count for sexual harassment.
On a norm, I don't think sexual harassment. If you have common sense and you're not something is not
wrong with you
off somewhere. Not really long, because I don't think it's psychopaths. I mean, I will still say it. I don't think it's people who need psychiatric treatment who rape women. No, I think it's people who are stupid. But it has nothing to do with their mental thinking. It doesn't mean their brain, something has gone off. That's by the way. So when it comes to harassment, if somebody makes advances, you know, those kind of advances, and the person says no, I think that's spelled out. I won't call that harassment, by the way. I call it harassment when you're pushing beyond your boundaries. The person is telling you no and you are still coming. You're still, especially if it's a together thing now, you're trying to probably get into the lady and all that, or even the guy. I think that's what I'll term as harassment. But if it's still in your mind, it can't be harassment. It's when the guy tries to do it. If the lady says no, it becomes harassment. If the lady says yes, it's no longer harassment.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So and it's not a thing of I don't think it's a thing of knowing if the lady likes you and all that. It's not a thing of attempting. It should not even be attempting, because I feel it's something the society needs to be aware of. Over there in the States and other countries, rape cases are high. Harassment cases are something else. Sometimes someone will tell you a particular music artist was interviewed in this country, even sang a song, and he was interviewed about it. He said what happened was not that things just happened and things went well. Only for them to not tell him that he raped somebody. He was asking how now. We started and when they went to court, the young lady said she was induced through the processes of, after saying no, through the processes of, and at the end, it was she won the case in court. And this man had to pay a particular fine, even if there was some kind of, I won't call it level playing ground, but it was really down. It's not like it was, the punishment was huge. Mm-hmm. So I think if you're trying, there's no shooting shots. If you don't get vibes, as I would say it, with the way the society is, if you're of the opposite sex and you want to get, intimate with somebody or something like that, whether male or female, allow the person to make the first move. I advise the guys, good, because the guys are on the receiving end. In the society, people don't just need to hear it. They always push it to the side of the guy wasn't a bad person, the guy was this. Nobody even thinks about what happened before that time, And I don't think anybody should even think about it, because nothing should warrant you to actually be go out of your head and think with your emotions. So if the lady doesn't make an audacious move and is not anything to you, please stay in your shells. Mm-hmm. They might call you impotent, they might call you stupid, they might call you anything, but it's better you are called that name in their head, because, just like newspapers, they carry different stories. You can agree with me that in your compound, people carry different stories about you that sometimes when you hear it, you would even be shocked. Is it me, Jesus? Is it me they're talking about? So it's the same thing. It's better the person has that description of you in their heads than that you
rather wait for the audacious
shooting a shot. That shot is not necessary.
Okay, so we're bringing up all of this because, recently they had this gender-based violence then. But here in Nigeria, the House of Representatives, they called on the federal, states and local governments to galvanize action that will support the elimination of violence against women. Now, the call followed a motion that was moved under matters of urgent public importance by the Deputy Chief Whip, Honorable Nkiruka Onyejocha from Abia State. And, this was done on Wednesday to mark the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. And she noted that this year's theme for the International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women is tagged Orange the World. Fund, Respond, Prevent, Collect. Like in previous years, will mark the launch of 16 days of activism that will conclude the 10th December 2020, which is International Human Rights Day. She said that women played a crucial role in the achievement and initiation of additional commitment and the mobilization of member states on the issue of ending violence against women. And then she expressed worry that the violence against women and girls is one of the most widespread, persistent and devastating human rights violations in our world today. And it is largely unreported due to the impunity, silence, stigma and shame surrounding it. Well, that's what she had to say. And a lot of persons have made comments regards to this. Sanwo-Olu has talked about not pardoning rapists, that regards to gender violence or offenders. And, like I said, so many persons have made one or two comments regards this. Also, the finance minister has taxed women in top positions on gender-based violence. But I'm sure you're wondering what gender-based violence is. It actually refers to a harmful act that is directed to an individual based on their gender. It is rooted in gender inequality, the abuse of power, and harmful norms. Well, and this will now take us back to sexual and gender-based violence. The term gender-based violence, it refers to violence that targets individuals of groups on basis of gender, like we pointed out earlier. And in case you're wondering what this includes, it includes acts that inflict physical, mental, and sexual harm or suffering. The threat of such acts, coercion, and other deprivations of liberty. Together, the sexual violence and violence against women, gender-based violence, is used interchangeably. So when you hear sexual violence, when you hear gender-based violence, when you hear violence against women, they are all seemingly the same thing. We use them interchangeably, but some persons might want to pick difference between it. But like I said, they're used interchangeably. And this does not mean that all acts against a woman are gender-based violence, or that all the victims of gender-based violence are female. Like Wisdom pointed out earlier, men are also harassed, sexually harassed. And I wonder why not much persons are talking about guys being harassed. You might want to say, yes, women are mostly harassed, which I completely agree with you on. But we should also know that guys are also being harassed. With the way you dress, you're killing them. And then when they touch, it's a problem. And some ladies would purposely go in front of a guy, maybe all in the name of dancing, and do all sort of things to him and expect him not to talk. A picture is coming in my head. And expect him not to touch. And then when he touches, you say he's sexually harassing you. Well, you should know that guys are also sexually being harassed by you every day. When you wear whatever it is you wear, to just destroy their lives and their thoughts. But that aside, I would love to point out some certain things that most of us take for granted. For people that give ladies undue compliments, you see somebody, you say, see how fresh your skin is. See your waist. See your chest. You are just well endowed. Compliments like that are actually sexually harassing. You're actually harassing the lady. If you don't know, that's sexual harassment. It can be categorized under sexual harassment. Like I said, sexual harassment, gender-based violence, violence against women, they can be used interchangeably. So take it that way.
What God did.
No, that's the thing. You see,
the way you will say it.
Yeah,
I think the way she said it. Yeah, like
So-
okay,
so
see your waist.
you see your
Are
see
you my
waist.
friend that tell me that
See your skin. See how you see this fresh skin.
what I'm
See how
saying,
you soft.
what does the compliment do? Does it do you anything?
Well,
It makes you happy.
Says who?
If
Well,
they don't even admire you, you go to the mirror to look at yourself. You know what I'm saying?
hello, I
If they
know
don't
what
admire
you're,
you, go back
I
home
know
and go
what
and
you're
check.
saying, but for your own safety, because these days people will just drag you to court, and you know women would always win somehow. So just for you to be safe, when you are telling a woman, when you are giving her compliments she doesn't need, you are harassing her. Do you
But who
understand
told
now?
you that she does not need the compliment? Yeah.
Well, there are some compliments you give some persons and they're just unnecessary. Like, see your chest, see food, Jesus. You said though, see your waist, see the back. All those things are unnecessary. Well, like you pointed out earlier, that's why you have to know the kind of relationship you have with this person.
Exactly, because it all depends. You
if
can't just come
Wisdom
out
says something like that to me now, I might not pick offense as much as someone I don't know or someone I'm not so familiar with would say it, and I'll flare up. What's that? What's bringing that leg? Why are you complimenting my chest and my backside? For what? Do you understand?
Yeah,
I can
yes.
take you to court for that. Do you understand? And I'll make little money out of it. For sexually harassing me, you destroyed my mental state. You're just complimenting my chest like this. For what? It made me go to... what's this thing for the brain again?
What do you say about these people where you actually just pass and then they start shouting, they start saying things, they start being like, oh my God, don't kill us. What a heavy...
They're harassing her.
They're harassing her. But
That's
then what
harassment.
do you do for them?
You know, unfortunately, like Wisdom pointed out, in this side of the world, okay, he talked about the guys on, but in this side of the world, especially in some of our localities, it's not really... People just take it as a norm. They see a girl... I don't even know how to do it. They start whistling at you. Fine girl. See your small bum bum. See as you flat for the you're sexually harassing them if you don't know. And if she takes up that case and she has like a good lawyer and you are traceable, my dear, you go in for it. Just so you know. Do not sexually harass people. If you don't know them, if you don't have good standing relationship with them, then don't give them some sort of compliment. Even if I know Freddie, you're just trying to make her feel good and admire her. Yeah,
but
like
there are
Wisdom
ways
said.
that you say it, because I don't feel like just shouting, hey, Omar.
See, if you don't know what to say, just say you are looking good. Finish.
That's all.
Finish, that's all. No go and start analyzing. See you soft leg, fresh. Says you soft like agege bread, this morning bread. See your look at your hand. Then you now go and start touching the hand by the shoulder. For what? You're harassing her. So just so you know, all that can be termed as harassment. And then when you start touching her in some parts, when you touch her on the shoulder, some persons pick offense to that. When you touch a lady by her shoulder, because it's close to her breast, yeah? It's close to her chest. So you can just easily slide down. or you touch her by the side of her hand. If it passes the palm, it can be termed as sexual harassment if you don't know.
But their own can pass. It's not harassment. That's why this equality thing. It will not work.
That's why we said that it depends it depends on the relationship you have with the person.
Me, I'm telling you
if
that
I have a good relationship with the guy, I could basically just touch your shoulder or just
you see,
how can the guy who does not know you start touching you anyhow?
Some
like
people
some guys. You don't know some boys
on the road. No, I know
guys can.
They would hold your hand here.
Yes, I know how that happens. So I've seen that happen once or twice. But what I'm saying is, if, for example, even in the office, if a person who is not very close to you, to give an example now, we've been working as colleagues now, even here. So we talk a lot at times, we joke, we talk, we discuss. We are very good friends, off air. Maybe you can understand. But some other colleagues now that you're not very close to, they decide to start
tapping your back.
But what I'm saying is hope,
I can sue them.
Because I hope for guys too, it's the same thing. When ladies touch you like that too, it's manly harassment.
The truth is that it should be the same thing because everybody are equal, whether male or female. But
it's not the same because the parts of the ladies' bodies are different. And that's why you can't just touch anywhere.
No, but
anyhow
you can also
say
the same for some guys. Because for some guys, once you touch anything around their chest or their breast region, it just sort of triggers something in their body. So you're touching and you're triggering. And then you touch a woman. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Are you triggering? You got to that point, I did not continue. It's equality. It must be equal.
No, some girls get triggered when you touch their chest.
I just add it.
Yeah, they also get triggered. Some, not everybody, they can get triggered. But outside the fact of the triggers coming up, those parts are private. Like your armpit. It should be hidden. It's your private part. Your chest. It's your private part. Do you understand? So all those parts, see, if you want to say hi to somebody, don't go beyond the palm. Not even the back of the person's hand, Save. If your finger gets there, I'm saying this so you be careful.
No, but in France, where I come from, we actually
peck
the hand.
Okay.
Is it everybody's hand you peg?
Well, if you feel she's special, it might even be 10 and 80-year-old.
You can pick me and I'll say,
if I meet the queen today, if I meet the queen of England today, I would definitely do that.
That's Queen of England. I'll tell you.
Why won't you kill the hand?
Okay, these people are slaves. I should not kill you.
Wisdom, can you stop doing this?
We didn't say that.
That's not what I
get
said.
Your point, anyway.
Well, sexual violence includes sexual exploitation and sexual abuse. Like I said, it's any act, attempt, or threat of a sexual nature that results or is likely to result in physical, psychological, and emotional harm. Sexual violence is a form of gender-based violence. I'm repeating this over and over again so it can sink in your head. For all those guys around car parks that you just see, I've seen a guy that the girl was just walking because she was wearing something very short. He just smacked her bum. And in a place like that, you cannot talk. Because you yourself, your mind will say, yes, everybody would back him up. And you will not say, my gun is short. Just to go to avoid issues.
You saw this video that was trending one time. The lady was on bike and she really had a very big bum. And then the guy, like the bike was moving and the guy just slapped her.
You're talking of a bike. Go to Choba Junction and dress shabbily by 8-9. People will be as long as that, all the bike men will start shouting. Hey.
Like
even people that are passing that don't even know what they are doing will start shouting. Then some will say.
And unfortunately, you cannot. And the most unfortunate part is that you see women also hailing and joining them in what they are doing.
They'll be like, you see that cuss it now.
I you can wear some t-shirt, and then some we not go and carry rapper and start wrapping you up. When you're supposed to, instead of wrapping her up with the wrapper, because she saw everybody dresses how they want to dress.
Nothing justifies it, but please let me just add some dresses are really indecent. Really indecent. But nothing justifies it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's the bottom line. Nothing justifies what you're doing. It's just like justifying policeman
And I
shooting
don't know
somebody.
how a person will be going to a place like Choba Junction and you wear really indecent clothes, like very
Excuse
very.
me?
9 o'clock.
Like really,
business forecast. 9
Excuse
o'clock.
me.
Oh, okay, maybe there's that.
Excuse me. What is you don't know why they'll wear very short things? What's
It's
even
not
if they wear
it's
pants.
not necessarily short.
So
things.
a madman walking on the street with just pants, you go and start harassing him.
Would they slap
What
his
if they are
bum?
mad?
That means
They are
that
corporately mad. What
and
if
they're
that's the
corporately
case?
mad, then that means that everybody that passes on the road, you dress well or you don't dress well, they should slap your bum.
No, the bottom line is no matter how they dress, it's not a yardstick for you to harass them. It doesn't justify it in any way. And I heard someone talking about them harassing a lady, and some police officers were around, and they didn't do anything about it. They say, "Why she dressed like that? Why you go dressed like that?" Like the one that happened in one of these western states where she was indecently dressed, and the soldier started flogging her.
Yeah, I saw the news. They were actually really flogging.
Like they flogged the hell out of this girl because she was, and the dress she was even wearing wasn't that short compared to what I see some around here. It wasn't that short, and I'm wondering why she has to go through that. So cases like that are harassing, they are violent, and truth is that it's done against women most of the time or many of the time. But it doesn't mean that guys are not also harassed. Like we said, when you are wearing something that wants to kill somebody's son, and then he doesn't want to die, and he finally goes to touch, and then you slap him. How dare you touch me like that? Oh my God. We'll go on a short commercial. When we get back, we'll head on to some other very interesting discussion for the evening. But like I said, please, if you don't learn anything, learn how to approach people, how to compliment people, and parts of the body that you should avoid. Do not touch anywhere around their armpit, shoulder. Avoid it so you don't get yourself into unnecessary trouble. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the issue of consent. Getting consent. It's really going to be very weird if we're all living our lives like this, because before a guy will touch you, he will now say,
Buchi, can I kiss you?
Please, can I kiss you now? I'll say, no, I'm not ready. And then when he now kisses me, I'll go and sue him. Even if he's my boyfriend, they say, I didn't give you consent to kiss me. You sexually harassed me, but I'm your boyfriend, and so what? Did I give you consent? Now, the sad part is that how would you be able to defend this case? I don't know how they do it, but somehow most of these ladies actually win the cases. But somehow the law is the law is just. I'll leave it at that, and it is not biased. But you know, women win lots of these cases, Sha. But the truth is that how would you start taking permission? Before?
Like it really sounds somehow. Like if you want to look at it very well, like somebody that like your boyfriend right now, maybe you just start dating and then just ask you for permission, like, Buchi, can I?
Babe, can I kiss you?
You just
I'll be like, no, hold on. In the next 5 minutes, I'll be ready. Oh God forbid. I don't want to have that kind of relationship. What kind of sex relationship is that? But would you want the same thing as a guy? For the girl to take permission? Since we are on gender-based violence.
No, if you're dating or marriage, that's a different case.
No, some persons have actually dating, marriage is difficult to win such cases.
If you're dating, the only thing that I know is she's not interested in the critical parts, having sex, and decides to you now force some things, and they now maybe gets to that level, because some people are even raped in relationships. But what I'm saying is, if are dating, you can't. If you come to court and tell me I was not ready for him to kiss me, I'll just throw the case out.
Consent is consent. Consent is consent.
Not you consented enough to date him and to be in a relationship with him and to be with him in the same house.
That you're not even dating. Maybe
you
guys are in the process, or you
that's when we have. That's when you have a no. You guys can't like each other. If you guys like each other, it's also a problem. But if you are just friends, then somebody is trying to.
Excuse me. So because we are dating. And maybe somewhere in the relationship we've agreed that we'll stay holy. And then
no, that's a different case now. You understand? When you get to the court, you bring all these facts. You tell them, okay, this is what I didn't want before coming here. Okay, let's say no, it's not me. I won't use myself for this example. Bulu was with somebody. and the person, two of them now went to court because the person harassed Bulu. Bulu will say, okay, we were just friends. And I went to see him. It's not something I've not done before.
Mhm.
And I was not expecting this to happen. You understand? Then he called to say, okay, what kind of
Even if
friendship
we've done
was
it
this?
before.
No, if you have, then you're making people go to court. Going to court is easy. Anybody can go. Even the parrot can go to court. The dog can go to court. But when you get to the court, what are you bringing to the table? What are the facts? That's the question. So if you're bringing facts, you're going to talk about, okay, this wasn't what I bargained for. He actually did this without my. You understand? When people drug people, when they visit them, or they come to your house and burglaries and all that stuff. So, but it's not just something that anybody we are dating. No, today I want to off. And now off. They now push. No, come on. That's flimsy. That's very,
let me just
very
tell you that if you want to make money,
flimsy.
I like to just pretend I don't want, and then he forces the kiss on you. Just give yourself one small tear for your mouth. Go and sue him that he forced kiss on you without your consent. He injured you in the process, and it's been mentally has given you what's that thing again? Mental disorder because of kiss.
I swear this is
Okay,
so
but
funny.
it's really going to be very weird that you have to, because especially when it comes to sex, in relationships these days, especially when they are not married, you're just dating, and let's say you guys have been having sex. With all of this happening, where girls just wake up one morning and because you offended them, all of a sudden they start telling you that they'll go and post on Twitter, and everybody starts hashtagging them. Hashtag help this one, help this one. She would, like, we were dating and then we've been having sex, and one day I was not just in the mood and you were like, baby, let's just say no. Stop, Joe, I don't want. Oh, stop now. And somehow, stop now, baby, stop now. And then somehow he entered. And then you're, oh God, I said you should stop. And then you guys are done. The following morning, he makes you feel happy, and then you forget you say you should stop last night. Maybe a month later, this boy gone. You saw another lady with the guy. Okay, that day I remember that this boy raped me. You now go on your Twitter and say I was raped without my consent. Please be very careful. So for the guys, before you do anything, try to always take permission so you be clear that we actually but do you know that even with taking permission, she can still come up and say she didn't give you the go ahead?
Yeah, exactly.
These things are too difficult, I mean.
Too difficult, really. I heard some guys actually give some ladies things to sign now.
Are you?
You agreed? Yes. I should do this. Yes. I heard some people do it now. Like
what?
They just give you, or they probably just record you saying that I want this. Nobody wants to enter into problem.
Okay, so I don't know where we're heading to in this life, but whatever the case may be, we'll be right back. Just stay with us. It's still Today's Woman on your premium talk news sport radio station. Today, 95.1 FM.
1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Responsible parenting, they start with to sabi your HIV status. So now why all pregnant women need go antenatal clinic where them fit get free HIV testing and counseling services. You know say HIV fit pass from HIV positive mama to pikin during pregnancy as they born the pikin and breastfeeding. Research don't show say mama to pikin transmission now be the majority of infections from pikin them of 0 to 4 years. As it be, you fit prevent mama to pikin transmission of HIV when the mama takes some drugs when they don't recommend and do the right things when supposed to during and after belle. Protect yourself and your loved ones. Go do tests. Practice safe sex. Get better personal hygiene. Make you know they look down. They shame for people when they live with HIV. Sake of say you get HIV. No big why be that too. Test yourself. Know your status. Remember, COVID-19 still there. Use your face mask properly. Wash your hands and use hand sanitizer plenty times. No go places where plenty people they gather.
This message now from Saving 1 Million Lives program for results, Rivers State Ministry of Health.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Being a woman in Nigeria can be really tasking.
Too much expectations. You have to be the perfect wife,
be a great cook.
Oh yes, a loving daughter, and a vixen in the bedroom.
You also have to know how to work it in the boardroom. Reality check. Let's tell you how a real woman does it. Today's Woman, every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Today 95.1 FM.
Welcome back from that short commercial. You're still on to Today's Woman on your premium talk news sport radio station, Today 95.1 FM. And before we went on that break, we're talking about sexual-based violence, violence against women, or you can call it, gender violence, gender-based violence. All of them can be used interchangeably, like I said. But moving on away from that one as a major topic, earlier we talked about getting consent and having a good standing relationship with a person, so you know exactly what to do with this person and what not to do with this person. And then it brings up the question of, how do you know that a guy likes you? Now we're flipping it, we're taking it away from guys so they know that a lady likes them. Maybe we might even talk about that if we have enough time, but let's start with the guys. What are those things a guy would do that would make you feel like or know that this guy actually really likes me, and it's not just the ordinary like? So whenever you want to touch his shoulder, it will not be a problem. He would even enjoy it. He will be glad that you touched it. So I think Wisdom would be the one answering that question. Those things that a guy would do, those signs that a guy would do. He wouldn't have to come to the lady and vocally tell her that I love you, I want to have a relationship with you. But those things, those signs.
I think that's a lady's thing first, but
we wouldn't know because we might just feel that you're just
like you're in the best position to handle
ladies
this
are the
first.
ladies are the receivers because they get it first. We can try anything from our angle. It doesn't mean it will work.
I want to know those things you guys try.
Okay.
In case we're missing the signs.
Okay, first is different for different guys. For some guys, it's contacts, eye contacts. They come around where you stay.
I'm sorry, this starts making eye contact. How does that help my life?
Not those your eye contact. I mean contacts, eye to eye.
I know, like eye to eye contact. Every time you guys jam eye.
They try their best to get into your space. They look at you most times, and they just start. Some of them start smiling when they just see you, even when you know they know you. You're just greeting people and you're passing, and they just see you and they start smiling.
Wait, so if my boyfriend doesn't do all these things, it means.
I'm just telling you vibes that a guy, not in a relationship, what does he do to show that he loves you?
All right.
Abi, is that the question?
No. You're on track.
I thought it's just to get a lady to know that you like
things
her.
That you would do.
So it's a pre something, not what you do inside. So it's that simple. For some people, it's just different. So for some, they would just be smiling. Then for some, they would engage you in conversations.
They always try to.
Where the conversation is going to matters a lot too. At that point, for some, okay, let me know myself for this example. For some, because for me, I examine, and for some people, it's not examine. They're already convinced of the product. For me, if I'm interacting, I'm examining, I'm looking at who is this person, I'm finding out things about this person. For some, who don't think too well on that, dwell on that island like I do. They talk to you more. They tell you about themselves, even when you do not even ask them. But it doesn't mean that they do like me. But they tell you about themselves. They come to the space where you occupy and they dwell more there. For example, if you see a guy staying more with you here than he normally should do, it means something. It's either he wants something from you, on the other normal wanting, or he really likes you as a person. So it's those are some of the acid tests. Then the others are phone calls and chats.
But all these things should be maintained even in a relationship, yeah?
When we get to a question of a relationship, it's a different thing.
No,
it's not maintained. That's the truth. It's not.
It's not?
Yes.
Oh, don't break my heart. Please.
It's not maintained. The guy doesn't start seeing you and smiling. First of all, men are like adventurers. So naturally you want to conquer more territories. And when a territory is done with or is conquered, you don't expect the same strategy you used before the conquest to continue with that.
My God.
It takes a conscious development. It's the same with ladies. It's human beings. Humans are adventurers, not men. If a lady feels for sure that she has the attention of 3 men in this room, that lady unconsciously, she days that likes attentions, she'll be looking for more attention. The person she has not gotten. Because that's how we like to have all these. So it's a human thing. Humans are adventurous. That's why we are using mics today and not sticks. Or maybe we are not using gongs to shout to make everybody get our information. So it's the same spirit. So at the beginning of it's not always the same. The trends, just like ladies too. When the guy was asking you out, then you started, it was not the same vibes inside. That's the truth. It's just that ladies like to see it from only their own point of view. But in reality, it's across board. Just that to maintain the love in the relationship, most times, every guy must be sensible to carry some of those things they were doing into the relationship. That's the truth. But prior to the relationship, you're not expecting me to be smiling too when I'm giving all those same eye contacts 1 year later. No. That's not how it works, because now we are even more
so
like.
So 1 year later, we'll not turn to brother and sister.
That's one way of seeing it, but not exactly.
You can't turn to brothers.
That's one way of seeing it.
My brother.
That's one way of seeing it. It's just that that's one way of seeing it, but it's not exactly the whole story. Now, when you move past,
I don't like this.
Trying to no, it's the thing.
I know it's reality.
No, the truth must not be sweet.
We usually don't like reality, yeah.
You too. When you were coming to see him for the first time, you used to dress up heaven to earth. But after you got used to him too, you opened up completely. That's the way it works. Now I can easily just tell you, you want to eat it? Come on, which Indomie? Is rice I have for you, or is 5,000 I have? Say, why don't you make it up to 10,000 now? Come, is what I have. You guys will have for vital.
But initially,
once you say you want 10,000, shame will not even allow him. We just find a way to give you that. We'll not open up and tell you, oh yeah, see, this is my balance that is remaining. This is what I have. He will just find a way to meet up that expectation at that point, because he feels you're testing him, you're trying to know him. It's the same thing. It's across board. It's not a thing of the guys or the ladies. It's vice versa, So the way you dress in your neighborhood is not the way you dress in this office.
The only hope I'm having in all this discussion is that wisdom is the one saying it. I want to believe that men out there will be sweeter than this.
It's not about being sweet.
Oh God! Don't destroy the hope. It's very tiny.
No. When people when a relationship starts, you'll be deceiving yourself if you think it's going to be exactly the same, maybe surprise whatever every time.
Telemundo.
And that's why I always tell people, no, it's not about Telemundo. Guys these days consciously treat the relationship with some respect inside, with a good amount of the same love at the beginning, because I feel that's wisdom. Same with when you get old in marriage, you still do the same treats once in a while.
But
that's a conscious that's a conscious action to keep the relationship sailing. But it doesn't mean that exactly the way it was will be how it will coast to the very end. And that's why I'm particularly, when they were asking here the other time, it was a full house, those other ladies, oh, the first date, you should take me to heaven, you should buy me red dress. That's you being funny. Because it takes you to that level at the beginning. But that's it. And ladies like that. Ladies like you to give them that full game at the beginning.
See,
and once it's done and dusted, once they are in, they only have that mindset of the beginning. That's the problem. But ordinarily, what ladies actually want, which is how I feel wisdom is, start at the beginning with. Don't start. What will you do on the birthday? If only first date you have done up to heaven and back. During birthday, what do you go do? The next year, what would you even do?
Wisdom, stop, I beg. It's okay. I don't even know why I asked you now. For the guys that wanted to do something wonderful for a lady,
no,
now,
you will do it. No. But listen, you have to understand something.
Well, I know you're saying reality, but this reality is too bitter for us to swallow.
I'm saying that the mindset of ladies also affects this thing, and that's what I'm saying. First, you mustn't see that once you start dating, everything ends. That's not what I'm saying.
I just hope somebody's not listening to this
So
right
what
now.
I'm saying is, in the course of getting into a relationship,
You're killing me.
Okay.
You're spoiling our shows.
No, but it's true.
Well, I feel like
It's
saying
true.
the truth.
No, I'm not saying anything he said is a lie.
No, at the beginning.
Is it something that these guys need to hear right now? Because maybe someone is planning to take a lady out
No,
tomorrow
at the
on
beginning,
the first date.
at the beginning they start.
And he was planning to spend up to 100K. Not that Wisdom has said all this to say, well, this makes sense. This is true. Maybe I'll spend 20K. So her birthday, I can now do more.
No, if you
so I
spend
don't
100K
go
on the
above.
first, no, it's simple. You spend 100K on the first day. It depends on your capacity.
And he doesn't have money, but he wants to spoil the girl. Like he wants to.
Then after after the first day of spoiling you, the next week when I'll be taking you out, are you expecting me to drop the standard?
That's
If
what
you
I'm
drop
saying.
the standard, then it's not making
That's
sense.
what I'm saying.
Because even the
As
Holy
true
Book
as this
says that every day should be better than the previous. The
As
part of
true
the
as
just
this
like a
is
shining light.
wisdom.
So it's better than the previous.
As
So
true as
if-
what you're saying is,
Okay.
please, some of us need some special gifts. I beg you in the name of God.
Oh, okay. This is telling some people are going out on the first day tomorrow. Okay.
That's not true.
You should have told me
That's not true.
before we came
It's
in.
a lie.
But what I'm saying is, no matter what it is, even as guys, it's a good advice. Just as you heard, ladies like it to be sweet also.
It's good for the guys.
So the advice is, whatever you were doing before you started the relationship, understand that they fell in love with you because of what you were doing or who you were in the process. Be real at the beginning and be real in the process. Don't be Aliko's son before the relationship. Then you are Lazarus in the Bible. No.
Lazarus. This man will resurrect.
Because that's what happens most times. They show you all the charade, then you enter inside, you start paying their bills. No, that's the truth.
I'm actually not surprised at what Wisdom was saying, because yesterday I was with someone and we had a certain conversation like this. Like, you don't do things that you know is not to you. You don't do things that that is not your usual person just because you're trying to chase a girl or you're trying to please a girl. Just be yourself.
Although that's what they
and
like,
do
but
the
don't do
little.
it.
Hey, it's what we like.
You don't like it, you don't like it. Don't overdo.
Excuse me. Can you have spoiled the show already too much? Can you not go for that?
If you're too plain, too ordinary, like to some
No,
extent.
you should.
But look, you know, the truth is that your true self will still be.
What fascinates
after
you?
time.
What fascinates you about a guy or a lady should be the big deal. You understand? And that's the mistake most ladies still make. What fascinates you about the guy? Is it the way he dresses? Like, I know that's what attracts most of us as humans. I think it's very wrong. Is it the way I'm coming? Is it the car he parks in front of your office that makes him the guy? Anybody could borrow a cab and park, to actually show off. But what I'm telling you is that most relationships start with the guy being very comfortable, he's very buoyant, and he's okay, and he says he works with this company and all that. And you enter inside, he tells you stories and you start paying bills.
Yeah, true.
So it's not supposed to be that way. Open up at the beginning. If the lady likes
And
you
be
like
your
that,
true self.
as we would always say, don't be afraid of taking risk. Attempt the biggest of girls or the finest of guys. But what I'm saying is,
But some people today they do pass them.
show yourself.
No, naturally, yeah, guys would always want to please ladies, and they make mistakes there. They want to be so sweet. They want to be so nice.
Some people do pass themselves. Let's be
Yeah,
frank.
that's the doing
Is it
part
that you
now.
tell me what you have achieved? Okay, tell me. Okay, last year I was this or that, but don't come and start giving me what you're not.
And all those things, and then you are just living in a cubicle or something somewhere.
No, but he would
No,
always
shoot your
want
shot,
to.
shoot your shot.
He would always want to impress
Shoot your
her.
shot.
And even if you want to prove
But
that,
be real.
no matter how
If
high you are,
If you want to start a date with that kind of person, normally you know that you don't want to do. You want to be yourself and all, but you won't take her to Jovit to go and eat.
oh God,
You
people
look
have
at
spoiled
least
some
for
people
somewhere
show
a
this night.
little bit more
Ozugo,
decent than that.
it's
not
okay.
like that place is not decent. It's
It's
decent.
okay.
But you look for a place more
Please,
flamboyant
Bushi.
because of
my
the kind of
friends
person
and
she
my
is.
brothers in the Lord, can you please, at least, even if it's only tomorrow's date or for the whole of next week, if you are taking her out, spend all you can spend on her, please. And then subsequently, you can now go with this our advice. It's a very good advice, so that's how it should be.
Bushi's boyfriends are listening.
I don't understand. They're not. Nobody's listening to anything. But I'm just telling you. No, like you're spoiling people's show. Tomorrow is Saturday, man, and Christmas is just by the corner. Guys would want to impress ladies, and you're just spoiling hampers. There's lots of hampers in supermarkets to be bought.
The society will be destroyed if the truth is not said.
Yes, now
And-
you know
and
the
the truth is,
The truth shall set you
No, no, no.
free. But postpone this truth.
The
Next
truth,
year,
the truth
January,
is,
you can
the truth remains that you need to be real. Stop the fake life. People borrow money to take a lady out.
Yes, they do.
That's fake.
I told you guys about the little boy I saw that went to buy shawarma for one girl like this and was calling for extra funds. And the girl was just there making her own call. And very small child like this. Well, I'm not saying everything we've said
What
here
is
is a
going
lie.
on?
It is very, very true. But please, for at least this December, right? Do whatever you have to do for this lady, or all you have planned for her. Please do it for her. Don't let everything Wisdom said scatter your plan. Wisdom, I'm sure some ladies will not be happy
At
with
the
you
end of the day,
tonight.
I don't think it's scattering their plan yet. If you don't,
Boy,
if you
I
know
will
that
stone
you don't,
you
if you
this
know that
time.
you don't have enough, don't.
So
do.
Bushi, you would encourage men who earn, let's say, 100,000 a month. If it was your first son, to spend 70,000 naira in one date,
My first son.
all in the name of impressing a lady.
Why did you not go and call my first son?
Because that's the only way I can kill your selfishness and greed.
What? You call yourself selfish and greed?
Ladies are
and
selfish,
helping
naturally.
people out there.
Or some ladies.
And they're being natural. Since you said everybody should be natural, our natural state is that we need it.
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but do at your size, do your level.
Wisdom, leave me alone, Joe.
See, you can. Somebody can actually take you to a presidential hotel, and it will not even be as sweet as somebody who to one hotel, and it's not be as sweet as somebody who takes you to very small eatery down the road.
There's a difference, though.
It depends on the person.
Which kind is
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know fun. It depends on the person, yeah, but presidential.
And you spend it with a
hotel
twat, someone who maybe
there's
tells
some-
you that this food I'm buying, you know how much I spent on this food.
I will
this
not-
this is showing you the love.
We
Only
will
the
not-
statement
we
is
will-
already
we will
already
not-
annoying
We
you.
will not meet somebody like that in
Mamsi,
Jesus' name.
It's just that cruise, cruises are
Mm.
sweet.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so
It's
amazing.
good to catch cruise, yeah?
Like cruise, they just put you on some really nice cruise.
Mhm.
Like the thing Favor said that they have red clothes and all that. I just feel those ones are cruise, man. But like on the
But
normal,
we love cruise.
that's what I'm saying. That cruise are just
Hey.
very nice. Like just calls you, Buchi, where are you? My driver is coming right now to come and pick you, and he picks you, and then you meet yourself at one very flamboyant rooftop.
See what he will do.
Rooftop restaurant.
Buchi,
oh
hi.
my god!
Wait now. My driver is coming to pick you up, and a fashion design lady will get you prepared for our dinner tonight. You guys are going for shopping. And then we go for shopping.
And it's your first date.
I'm enhancing what they talked about last week. Was it last week or
No,
some
like
weeks
some
back?
weeks
I'm
back.
trying to just enhance it. But I won't talk about it. First, somebody will go and tag my head there.
But I'm just saying that
All right.
they are really nice things, actually.
See,
do
it's
your
good,
size.
It's good to
But
catch
just do
cruise.
If your size
no,
is
it's
to
good
do
to
fashion,
catch cruise.
do.
Yeah, it's
Or
good
do
to
your
catch
size.
cruise, but you should be realistic with yourself.
If you don't have the money, don't try hard. This is what I have. Okay, I can manage to take you to a restaurant or something. You go
So
there,
you should
have
not-
fun,
you should not
drink
try
and eat.
hard and
but,
make small
you know
efforts.
that you have this thing. You have this money.
Spoiling British racket tomorrow.
But you don't have money. My God, hold on. Designer is coming to
Just
come and
leave
give
the
you
matter
clothes.
there for her so that you not destroy what they've planned for her tomorrow.
I don't understand.
No, it's good. People are hearing, so it's very obvious.
It's what is obvious. You want to say wisdom's hands is not there again.
No, my house is not. It's very obvious. It's very simple. It's very distinct. Very
You
plain.
were not around 2 weeks back. You would have seen what happened. But I don't want to talk about my issue and wisdom's issue anymore.
There's no
so
issue.
let that
Bolu,
one
even
lie.
you, Bolu, you know, there's no issue. Her people now are listening to her. The people that want to take her out. And she's trying to. The mistake she made is that she did not plan for this thing to go towards that direction. That was not the original plan. And maybe they now tuned in and they are listening.
How am I supposed to know?
And they've
anybody's
planned,
name?
in her mind tomorrow, her account will be banking and the physical eating and everything too will be grand. And you're not trying to tell
And
them
you
to
spoiled it.
water down their
thing,
and she has given them a class that they need to actually meet up a particular standard to impress her. So she's not imagining.
So now with all you have said,
they
you've
will now want
dwindled
to-
everything down and you're happy with yourself.
I've not.
If that's true, you are happy with
That's
yourself.
not my intention. My intention is to educate guys out there because
All right,
there's a lot
which
of
is
stupidity.
all our intention here. Wisdom. No, but the truth is that guys are actually being very unrealistic when it comes to getting a lady and chiking a lady, all in the name of trying to impress her. You should learn to be realistic and just be yourself. And whoever would love you for yourself would still love you. Because I don't see a point deceiving yourself. It's just like some persons I know that will tell you, I'm this, I'm that. Oh, I will do this. Oh, I will do that. Oh, do this for me. I'll do this for you. Meanwhile, nothing come out. What's the point of trying to be someone that you are not just to impress somebody or to create a sort of notion about yourself in the mind of that person? It doesn't make sense. Now, all of this came up because we asked simple question. What are the signs that guys will do? The guys show that they actually like you, even if they don't walk up to you to tell you they like you. And to all the ladies that wisdom has spoiled your cruise, I sincerely apologize. That was never my intention. But for the guys that have learned, I celebrate with you. All right, so move on to the next. We're also going to talk about wisdom is still to you. Bolu, I'll get back to you, yeah?
Sure.
You'll be from the side of the ladies. But what are those things that a guy will do, even if he doesn't say anything to you, but it's clear that I'm tired of you? What do you think those things are?
Doesn't pick your calls and he's not clearly busy, and you know that at this time of the day he's not busy, and it happens over a period of time. So it's not like there was a circumstantial shift.
Just doesn't want to have a conversation with you or hear from you.
Then the chats drop. Communication generally, the chats drop. He will be online, but he's not chatting with you.
Oh God.
And it's not like he's just browsing the internet. You're seeing status
on
change.
WhatsApp, you will see online.
You're seeing status change and all those things and all that, and it's not with you. You could actually be browsing the internet or surfing the internet, and you'll be showing online. So it's not exactly like, But if it's over a period of time, then your talks, even when you get to talk, it bores him. There are two things involved. It's either he has a burning problem or burning passion, or he's tired of you and he needs space. So it is what it is. And sometimes too, like I would say, if the guy closes the chapter and he's done with it, some people close chapter for different reasons. Maybe they've achieved their aim of being there. For some, they discover the part they don't like anymore, something like that. Then they decide to close the chapter. If it's closed, communication dies. Totally, gradually dies. All the attention you get before or prior to this time, it's reduced. If it's even existent. So you two start, but I'm not telling you to judge beginning of relationship. No, this relationship has been for a while.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you start noticing those quick trends, and it's not immediately he gets you, then gets to the other side, that stops there. Then you know why that one came. But in terms of the long term, you guys are dating officially, and this is what you start noticing. Those are acid tests to know. Now you call him, you want to come and see him, and he's not as enthusiastic. Not once, not twice, but over a period, 1 or 2 weeks. He's not as enthusiastic as he used to be. That means he's no longer interested in this.
What if you guys start this relationship and in the beginning of the relationship, there's always, I'm very busy.
You're used to that, or no? These things are things you're used to, and all of a sudden it's no longer there. For example, if you're dating someone that is a wisdom, for example, you know I'm not usually at home most of the time. So if it's something you knew before now, it's not a new thing. If I not tell you I'm not at home now.
But I would also love to chip in what we talked about earlier. Yeah, that's why you should always be yourself, because maybe you're trying to impress her and you're doing a whole lot in the beginning.
So much attention. Meanwhile, you're a very busy kind of person.
Exactly. So it's always easy. And then when you stop all of a sudden, it's not like he's no longer interested in you. It's just that he's now being his real self.
But the lady just terms it like
you already have,
no more.
So that's another reason why you should be yourself from the beginning to the end. And don't try too much to impress a lady. Oh my God. I don't know why these discussions are not making me happy tonight. All right, Bolu, let's head to you. I'm glad I'm done with wisdom. Bolu, what are those signs you would give to a guy you really like, but you cannot walk up to him and tell him you like him as a lady? Why are you smiling like this? Go ahead.
First of all, for my kind of person, I barely show my emotions.
Okay, so it's your kind of person I really need to hear from.
I barely show my emotions. If I don't want you to know, you won't know. And most of the time, I don't want you to know, because I don't want to start looking somehow in your presence or something.
But what are those things you would do that you know it's not normal? You don't do it for everybody.
Yeah, probably
I don't know why you're blushing this much, but go ahead.
Probably I would smile a lot
with the person.
Yeah, I'll smile a lot.
Somebody
laugh.
should be listening.
I would laugh a lot, and when I'm around the person, I'll just feel comfortable, because my normal self, I'm not really. And probably now I'm getting to be free around people and all that, you get. But then, I'll be a little more comfortable with the person and all. So I feel like these are the little things that can come to my head right now. Like, if I like the person. And then,
Do you call the person? Or you avoid call at all costs?
If you don't call me, I'll not call you. That's the kind of person I am. Even if I like you so much, I could try other means. Like maybe my friend introduced me to you, or maybe my friend also knows you. I could be like, okay, my friend should do the one doing the calling, and then she could just be like, Bolu is greeting you, and I'll be like,
I don't understand. You like the person, and you're saying your friend should be the one doing the calling?
She will call out on his phone. That's what I'm saying. That's if she knows the guy. She'll call the guy and be like, long time no see.
What if they start talking and connection grows between both of them?
Wants to grow. I know that connection will not grow. That's why I say the friend should do the calling.
Hey God,
so I just,
my dear Bolu, please.
But I know what you're trying
Don't
to say.
Don't try it at all. That is risky.
I know it's very risky, but I tried that part too. So like, okay, I could talk through a friend's phone or something. I'm like, oh, yo, hi, how are you? How are you doing? And all those kind of things too. But I could also try to call the person sometimes. I don't know how possible that is, but I think I can try that. But it would be more of chat. Like, I could just message the person, oh, hi, how are you? Then we'll talk on chat. But like the calling part, I really am not a fan of calling like that.
So that's all you will do.
And be enthusiastic when it comes to like being.
Would you always be around? Would you want to always be around the person?
I won't mind if there's something that.
So it's almost similar with everything Wisdom said.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for both guys and ladies.
Yeah, it's almost similar. I would want to be around where the person is, and I would be enthusiastic when there's something that happens and then we all have to be in the place. You know, those kind of things, like you'll be extra happy or something about it.
Meanwhile, wisdom, if as a guy, if you like a lady, buying things for her, even when before telling her, is that also a sign?
How?
Like you're a guy, you like a particular lady, you're always smiling with her, eye contact, you always want to be around her and the rest of it. Do you also buy things for her once in a while? You just see something, buy for her and just give her like a friend, but you know you really like her.
If people are that close, I can buy something now, for sure. For sure.
Even if you guys are not that close. But
Why
you
would
guys
you
have
just buy something and
conversations.
go and meet?
But you guys have conversations. You always have eye contact with the lady.
No, for some guys who understand the power of gifts, ladies actually get down, and every human, not ladies, with gifts. So if they do understand that and decide to do that path, yes, you can actually decide to do that. But on a norm, I think I'll find it weird, even if I was a lady, that you don't know me too well and you're buying me gifts. I already know what that's a sign too. Unconsciously, for all the ladies, that's a sign. So yes, I think that works at times for some people.
You know, talking about sexual harassment and violence, I don't know why they don't tag buying gifts for a lady sexually harassing her. Because we go collect that one. I don't know you from anywhere. I just buy gifts for you and it's a very big gift. I was like, okay, thank you very much. But when it comes to saying something, it's sexually harassing. All right, that's the world we live in. So, but would you buy a girl? Buy a girl. Would you buy a guy a gift? You like the guy, and well, it's a guy. He's a guy. It's different from a lady. A guy buying a lady gift.
Is his birthday?
Maybe you went out, you're buying something, and you know he'll be maybe at the office, and then you just pick one thing for him, and just like, oh, I saw this. Do you care?
Nah.
You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, except for friends.
And you guys are friends, but you really, really like him beyond just ordinary friend.
Beyond ordinary friends, yeah, I could actually do that because maybe I know that this person likes this thing. I could be like, oh, I went somewhere now and I just got this steak. I could give you that thing where it won't be like all this, wristwatches, clothes, and it could be something eatable, like you just eat it there and all those kind of things. There won't be all these things that you'll not be using it to be thinking something else in your brain.
So if you no longer like a guy, how would you act?
Well, I don't know how I'll act because my normal I'll keep talking to you, but you just know I don't like you anymore. I would barely pick your calls. I'll just be looking at you, I'll just be looking at you basically. I'm that kind of person. I could be picking your calls. You won't know that I don't like you no more. I'll just be talking to you like, oh, how are you now? I don't like you no more. Like, don't try beyond your limits or something.
All right. Well, there are some certain questions guys would love to ask a lady, and they're not certain where to start from. You want to know more about the lady. You want to have a conversation with her, but you don't know what question you will be asking. Well, according to Conversation Starters World, they listed out some certain questions a guy can use to start up a conversation with a lady or to find out much more about her. And I'll list some of those questions and I would allow you guys tell me or affirm that it actually works or nah, it doesn't. So a guy comes, is having a conversation with a lady, and then he says, "Where is the last place you would ever go?" Does that work for you? If a guy asks you, "Where is the last place you would ever go?" How do you react to questions like that? Does it make you talk about it a lot?
Not really. It depends. But if you ask me that, where's the
last place you would ever
go? It depends on where the place is.
No, because I think this would work. Because if a guy asks you where's the last place, it then brings up another question like, why? Why would that be the last place? And then you have to start explaining.
If a person can...
no, whether you're a good conversationist or not. If I ask you, Bolu, where's the last place you would ever go? I'm asking you now.
I really don't have an idea right now.
Okay, so if in case you have an idea, you would have a reason why.
Well, but like, I'll have a reason why. it could definitely work because it actually even still depends on what you mention. So what you mentioned could actually trigger more questions. But if you just say L, normally just like we know, like you want to go to heaven, everybody wants to go, and then you ask, of course, he doesn't want you to like start talking Bible there. So he would just want to come and kind of end it somehow.
No, but for some persons, if I was the one asking that question, no matter what it is you answer, I'll have 1,000,001 questions to ask from it. But Wisdom, would you ask a lady, what are you completely over and done with? Would you ask a lady a question like that?
No.
Why?
Because I don't really know why I should be asking what are you completely over and done with, except we're having a conversation about a particular thing and I notice some traits in your attitude and I decide to ask that question, but I'm not sure I can just start showing up to start a conversation. No,
you already started a conversation, but just to keep it going, would you ask her a question like that?
No, maybe that's for more sophisticated people, but what are you completely over with
and done with? Yeah,
no, I would not. That's
so you don't find it appropriate.
I don't find it appropriate.
But look, if a guy asks you that question, would you take it, or would you say, why are you asking me that question?
So even ask that question, you confuse the yourself.
Because I would have 1,000 questions
what
to ask you from that. Because okay, first of all, what do you mean
area?
by that? What
area?
area? Like, is it everything about life?
In your life as a whole, what's that particular thing that you don't even want to go back
secondary
to?
school and university.
Maybe there are a lot. So I'll ask you, like, just narrow it down to something I could answer there.
But you won't find it offensive.
I don't think I really find it so offensive.
How about if he asks you, Wisdom, first off, would you ask her, what memory do you just keep going back to? Would you ask her a question like that?
No, maybe in another way, but I will not ask her what memories. What's my business memories you're going back to?
But you want to know her more. These are questions that would bring up lots and lots of things
maybe
about
it's
her.
because I don't.
You are an investigator on your own. You don't need to ask her.
No, maybe not that. Maybe it's because I think I don't flatter too much. Maybe. I'll go direct and ask you about your past.
The truth, let me even talk about Wisdom here. Wisdom talks so much like one very strong something person on air. But forget all that we're saying and all how he sounds. Wisdom is actually one of the sweetest person you would ever meet in your life. Like, he's not that brutal. He's not that... But I don't know why your answers always tend to move towards that direction. What did he just say? I'm not that what person again. What's the word you use?
I said I don't think I flatter too much.
Yeah, but he actually does flatter. And that's actually the one that said, I have to talk about this. So people don't keep seeing you. I know you flatter us a lot in the office, yeah? So Wisdom is not like that, so forget all he's saying. Meanwhile, Bolu, if you've been asked what memory do you just keep going back to, what would that be? I'm asking you, actually.
Well, I don't have an answer for you. I can't think of one right now. That question would actually take a lot. Maybe the person would actually... I would have to revisit that question maybe before we leave the dinner or something. Or I could just... He could just remind me...
Trust me, if you like this guy, you will have something to say.
If I like the guy, I would have something to say. What if I don't have something to say at that moment? Even if I like you, I've been answering other questions.
But there's something that keeps coming back. One particular thing that happened sometime in your life that you just keep remembering.
What if at that moment I don't want to tell you about it?
Okay.
I just keep it or something, or I tell you to remind me.
But do you think this would be a good goal for a conversation with a lady?
Well, for somebody that you don't know so much, I don't feel like that's wise of you.
No, it doesn't have to be at the first instance. Yeah, maybe you guys are already clicking. All this now are just questions that when you throw at her, it will get her talking a lot about herself.
That's what I'm saying. That
but will this work for you?
It has to take a little more time before you can ask me that question, and then that's how you can get an answer.
What if he asks you what's the most immature thing your parents do? Would you find that insulting?
We talk about these things on there and all that, so I really don't think
the most immature things your parents
immature things. Then you should start with his own. Then
his own parents.
Yeah, so I'll
follow some. Yeah, just a typical Nigerian woman. Wisdom. Okay, I'm sure you will not ask a lady this kind of question. Yeah.
What's the most immature thing you have ever done?
Your parents do.
What does this mean? Your parents? Your parents are none of my business, at least for now. I could only ask, oh, how many are you in your house? What's up with your father? If you now decide to dig in the details, no problem. But I know a lady will not tell you the first time if her father and her mother are separated.
This is not necessarily the first time. You guys are just getting to know yourself. Maybe the third date.
It's not still enough. Maybe after 5 months. Or after 3 months or 2 months.
Before you can start asking this kind of questions.
Or 1 or 2 weeks of constant back-to-back discussions.
Obviously.
This statement now, for example, what's the most immature thing you've done?
Your
parents have done.
Your parents have done. Have
It doesn't actually really make sense.
Have you known enough about me?
Now
talk about
that's the truth.
immature
That's why I said
things.
you would have to take the lead. And when I see that you've answered, well, I might not necessarily say anything.
So
because I
if
would
he
have bombarded
asks
you
you,
with
if he
questions.
asks you what's your favorite TV show, that one you go answer.
Of course.
Of course. What's the most ridiculous argument you've had? Would you
Can I
answer?
remember?
You don't remember.
Why are you asking me that kind
Wisdom,
of
if a lady asks you this question, how would you react?
I would answer you.
How about other questions? Would you answer every other question I've asked?
It depends on the context of the discussion. If we're talking about my parents, then you ask me about the most immature thing my parents have ever done. I could answer. But just like that, you just Google something. You know.
Just Google something.
And it's terrible. How can you guys not make conversations?
No,
How quick
you
need to
don't
go to Google?
understand. You don't understand. You are having a conversation and then he throws this question at you. Any of this question, it's not like he's asking them simultaneously, oh, what's the most immature thing your parents have done?
But you know, some people actually Google it. The way you just Google this out is the way some people actually Google this, and then they ask you
because
questions.
they're
on your
nervous
thing.
and they don't know what to ask and they really want to know you
That's
more.
what I'm saying. If you guys are going to click at all, then you guys should, just connect. I just feel like that's the best way. You say if you know that.
What if
somebody wants to connect with you, like you don't need any manual. You guys just keep talking. I don't know if that's happened to you before, but you just keep talking. You know, now be like, I won't go sleep.
I don't
or
to talk, Abby.
And no.
All right. Well, I guess we've exhausted that. In fact, we've not exhausted it, but these people are making all the questions seem like no. I was watching something on Comedy Channel, and they were just doing some very silly things, although they were funny. But I thought to myself, if this was Nigeria, this guy for don't drop slap since, because this doesn't. They will tell you what is wrong with you. Why would you come and hold my bum just like that? And those white guys were just laughing. Do you understand? And everybody were laughing. But
there's a person in Nigeria that does that kind of thing, yeah. It's like he does really funny things. He could meet you at the mall right now and be like, "Why are you wearing my clothes? Why are you wearing our clothes?" He'd be like,
no,
"He's a soldier.
you
He
don't
has
get.
bouncers
You don't
around."
get like sexual things.
Okay.
In Nigeria, you
That
go
could-
chop.
it could
Even just to
escalate.
do small something, mistakenly kiss the person, slap is following you. And then you want to go and grab somebody's bum. All right, we'll put up the phone lines here. Let's hear from you. The number is 0817-0000951 or 0810-9510951. Text message, WhatsApp message is still the number 0701-933-9962. If you cannot reach us via the phone line, just send an SMS or a WhatsApp message. And the number is 0701-933-9962. The numbers to call in on the program is 0817 0000951 or 0810 9510 951. Balu, let's take some messages first off.
Okay. This one says, "But good evening, Coach Wimi from Indele." Okay. It says gender concern psychological, social, and cultural differences between men and women, while sex refer to physical things between male and female. Are we discussing gender and sex? Well,
like I said, they can be used interchangeably, but many a times when they are being used, they refer to the same thing, even if they don't literally mean the same thing.
okay, this one says, good day, Wisdom and crew. I really love what Wisdom is saying. I love guys that are realistic because these days we have so many deceivers of brethren.
Yes, we
called
like
guys.
deceive us.
From Stephanie.
Deceiver. Oh, Steph. Is the girl.
wisdom.
Stephanie, you scattered my cruise this night, so.
Well, this one says generally, okay, greetings, Buchi, Wisdom, and Bolu. You see, our environment is so complex that we rationalize abominations like sexual harassment. Generally, sex before marriage makes the woman cheap. Men respect someone they did not sleep with. Yes, Wisdom is 100% right because the mindset has changed in relationship. If I'm a lady, I will easily know a guy who wants to marry me and one who wants to sleep with me. In some cases, the money spent in just 6 months is more than enough to get married, yet no marriage. Why? Sex is involved. Generally, our environment does not have a healthy view of women. Generally speaking, it is different from personally speaking. Some persons will simply walk away. Some will feel that you are not close enough to know the answer. Yes, Bolu is right. It's far better to start with yourself. Some will reason, am I in an interview? Yeah, in short, Buchi, unnecessary questions are unnecessary in relationships.
Interesting.
True.
Well, like I said, the numbers are 0817-0000951 or 0810-9510951. Text message, WhatsApp message to the number 0701-933-9962. At 5.1 FM, good evening to you. Welcome. Hi, good evening.
Is that 95.5? 90,
5.1, yeah, welcome. Good evening.
Okay, I'm ID.
All right, good to have you in the program. Go ahead.
Please, this court of a king, we are not in the waiting world, so we have our audition, we have how we make our audition here. So this we are talking about according to what is happening there. So we are all those things are practiced in the western world. So this is Africa. So we have our own traditional way of
well, sexual harassment is sexual harassment, whether in the Western country, as long as we have the word here.
It's wrong.
The guy is angry.
He can basically just say it out like there's nothing wrong.
That's what he's saying. He's saying in this side of the world, there's nothing wrong. And they have how they do their things here.
So it feels like the way they do their things is normal.
Well, that's what he's saying. But we're telling you, as long as that you're doing that, if you're doing it, desist from it because it is wrong and it is punishable. 95.1 FM, good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Buchirafua. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Please, let me start with the last man that sent, I don't know, the person that sent the last message. Like, let me support what he or she just said. From unnecessary questions to unnecessary, how did she put it? Like, what you're trying to say, a start of conversation. To me, I don't see those things as relevant. Once I see a lady alive, I talk to you within a short period of time. I will tell you I love you. I want you to express me.
Within a short period of time, you just see her and start talking to her. You just love her.
I don't believe in all those. Once the introduction is done, you understand?
Yeah.
The next thing I will tell you my intention. The issue of which place would you like to visit last? Which of the Atlantic Ocean would you like to talk about? Those things I don't really fancy this thing. Personally, I don't really find it. That's the way I live my own, because I like wisdom will say the idea of coming to at the initial startup, you let the person know that you are linked to Dangote's son or something. Then at the end, you are Lazarus' son. You understand me? To me, those things are not necessary. I don't really fancy them. I look at it as because obviously within a short period of time, the person will come to know you the best, as long as the relationship is continued. So there is no need whatsoever you telling lies or trying to put your shoes where you cannot. I don't know if you're getting me. So, like I normally tell people, if what I'm eating, if a lady is, men do that most. If I'm eating cooked yam with ordinary oil, even if it's a Donald Trump daughter that is coming, you will meet me there eating it. It's better you meet me the way I am and who I am than coming to. And that's why most of the relationships today are having problems. Because everybody's trying to fake and try to, cover up and all the rest of it. You lie, you tell a girl your dad was a military commander before Obasanjo then. Obasanjo then were his junior. And she'll be shouting, "You serious? You mean it?" You know? And then everything, before a short period of time, she will come to know that everything was saying is lie. To me, I don't really see that. Then the second one, before I drop my message, the issue of if you have not told the girl you like her, what are the signs? I would have expected wisdom to come based on his own personal experience. And I assume all those things to say it's based on his own personal experience. Because
don't assume more. You will not like my personal experience.
No, wisdom, I believe you are talking based on your own distance because you can't talk about another people.
Okay.
You understand me? I don't think you get what I'm saying. Yeah, what you said, most of the things you said is the way my own is that if you are talking specifically, that's the way I behave also. One of the key things I do is that if I see a girl I like, one of the things I do is that I will always like you to be close to me. You being close to me, I will not be bothered. I will always feel comfortable you being close to me. I would like to interact with you, and in the course of interactions, I will be a sort of, let's say, happy or joy, having some kind of joy. You understand? The relief. You understand? And most importantly, that any slightest thing you ask from me, and I have it, I can do it, and I will easily give it to you. So that's one of the ways I do, even without telling a girl that I like her. So I believe wisdom, all the things you say, then all the things you say, wisdom is your own personal account. Other men will also fall and tell their own stories.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. Like you said, do not assume that everything you hear here is a personal account, yeah? Just so you know, some are just for the conversation, and some what it ought to be, or
based on experience, basically.
Worldview.
Worldview. Thank you.
Yeah.
Worldview. Yeah. So don't assume it's a personal opinion or personal experience. Do we have any other message? Because we need to wrap up on time
this
today.
person says, "Good evening, presenters. Wisdom, I have a question for you. If your male close friend starts acting off like what you said, does it mean that that person is tired of being friends with you? You guys are super awesome." So that question is for
your
you.
male close friends.
Yeah, so if you guys were like that before, if you guys were that close, whatever be the level of closeness before this new attitude, it starts giving you new developments. Let me not say attitude, and it's not something you're used to with him. Then start checking. Is it that he's getting, maybe, is he busier than normal now? Maybe they've added more responsibilities to him, or are you maybe falling behind too? So he's deciding to stay away from you.
And it's not just something restricted to male close friends. I think it's also anybody at all, your friend, someone you've been talking with, and then all of a sudden something just happened. You should know that there's something up. And if you cannot address it, then sorry for both of you.
Okay, another question for you, Wisdom. This person said, "Please, I want to ask you, is it possible for a man that is 30 years to have a body count of over 200?
And it's me you're asking.
Wisdom, answer that question.
It's
from
very
personal
possible.
experience.
It's very no. What is that?
It's a personal experience.
It's very possible. Some people are. I won't say. Let me not use a very wrong word, because some people's experiences of life are not exactly like some others. So it all depends. But I usually used to say that ladies are the biggest culprits, but we also have the guys who are also on the list with the high numbers and what have you. But it doesn't make sense. I think it's totally wrong. Some people actually see some men can't stay 2 nights without sleeping with a woman. It's that bad. So it's not a good thing really, but definitely you will have men like that who, some of them even keep the records. But I think for me, it is a very, very sad situation. If you're like that, please desist, look for a wife and get married. Let me act like your pastor. Look for a wife and settle down. All these jump, prim.
And who told you that even if he keeps a wife, can that kind of person keep a wife?
No. You might say that.
What was the number again?
200.
200. How old?
30.
430. But you must start with personally re-engineering your thoughts. If what is your own problem is that you cannot stay without a woman, you were not born with a woman by your side now.
200.
They don't give birth to you. and there was a lady by her side. I'm telling you, it's in 10
Is
years.
it a porn actor?
No, in 10 years it's achievable. Now.
It's achievable. Some
You have
people carry
365 days in a
girls
year.
like basically anytime.
Some
Every
people carry
day, one.
different ladies. Same with ladies who sleep with different men. Some ladies sleep with 50 men a day. What is 200?
Haba.
Okay, 50 men is too much.
What's the name of that song that they did? Haba.
50 men might be too much, but at least some ladies who
50
do
is
the
not.
business, they do 5 to 7 to 10 a day. 5 a day in 1 year is how many? Okay, let's not say 1 year. At least in 200 days in a year, 200 times 5, that's about 1,000. In 1 year, some people do at least 1,000. So 5 years, 10 years is too much. So, but I think it's not really correct.
So it's possible to have 200 body counts.
It's very possible for those who sleep around and
wow.
200. I just did the maths.
200 at 30.
Yes,
it's possible.
200. We have 365 days in a year, and the guy decides to have an average of 10 ladies. Okay, let's say 15 ladies in 1 year.
15
in 10 years, that's like 150.
Well, he did start having sex when he was 1 year old now.
No, I mean, if he's 30, today, and he
Yeah.
started having sex when he was like
20.
16.
Or even
If it's 16, and he does, let's say, every year 15, I think he'll catch up with that number or close to
Catch
that.
up. Oh my God. Can we move on from that question?
Well, listen, says, good evening to you all. I am Iberi Enjoying. I'm from PH. Let the truth be told. Some people do not like when you be yourself. Like when you tell them the truth about yourself, they want you to be the person you are not, like over packaging and forming. I think that's a thought in your head, yeah? Because there is no how.
No. That person is spot on.
The person is spot
Very
on, but I
spot on.
feel,
Some
I feel like
persons don't want.
what we have said is just the truth. Because if you cannot keep up with the standard this person wants,
No,
at the end of the day, you lose that person.
That is reality. But the fact is that some ladies, they don't want to see your reality. They want to see what they want to see. And when your reality comes and they can't take it, they move. And they don't have a problem with that. Some persons don't have a problem with that.
Well,
don't be realistic with them. They are not realistic ladies.
Well, she's right. But then I feel like even guys to do that thing. But I just feel like at the end of the day, just be yourself. Because
See,
if you cannot maintain that standard, it's going to be, you are still going to leave that relationship. You are trying to keep the relationship with
my sister. Some guys will move heaven and earth to make that thing work and maintain it.
At the end of the day, what do they
want? You don't even know if that will be the push that will make you a billionaire in your future.
In life, actually, no. Bad things are easy to start, but it's not always easy.
You can maintain
continue.
it.
Now you see, when you talk about a lady pushing you to succeed, because that last statement, some people actually fool themselves. They think if the lady makes you spend more than your budget, it is pushing you to make more money. No, that's not true. A lady can drive you. Your vision of a lady, naturally, even as a person, your vision of a man drives you to adjust your life. Your vision of a lady drives you to maybe chase some things or pursue your life in a particular direction. But on a norm, that lady can actually inspire you without it being that she's making you spend more money and borrow money. And some guys can actually lie. You know, my guy, don't worry, just take this one. My guy is actually coming to, he's coming with, I've already ordered a cab, he's coming to take us out. It's not your car. Or he said, oh, no, don't worry.
I saw a movie sometime.
It's not true.
The guy even talking
I saw a movie one time.
You are far from reality.
And it's not packaging. It's stupidity.
I know that there are many, but like this particular one is actually really crazy. It's him and his friend. They are living in his uncle's house. The uncle is not around. They'll be carrying girls anyhow. He has one girl that is even like, the girl is like a top, maybe like a manager in one back or something. He's dating the girl, trying to meet up standards, go to malls and all, keep the change kind of thing, carry dollars around, and they don't have money. These people, like, they buy okay clothes.
See, as much as the ladies love that, I don't advise you to make your relationship about that. Because if you want something real, if you want something real,
because you will still
leave
that
relationship, like this person, come on, be who you are. If the person doesn't want you, then the person doesn't even have the virtue to actually get your love. That virtue,
you're the one looking for virtue. There are some ladies, they don't want your virtue. It's what they want to see. whether it's realistic or it's not
And that's what I'm
realistic.
saying.
And then when they get that, and subsequently you are now going back to your reality, they will move on. They don't have a problem with that. But if you want to have, no, you're not getting me. So their priority,
if your income is
you don't
50,000,
get their priority is
according
not.
to that
It's
level.
not even you. It's what you can offer them.
Like if you have a
and
car,
when you
they
cannot
know that
offer
you can
them
come
that,
pick
they
them up.
move on.
Their friends will be there watching, and then you
And
will
that's what I'm
enter the
telling
car.
you. Then
See,
if that
and
person
that-
cannot
that
date
thing.
you that
See.
way, leave her alone.
And
Date
you are the one
a
saying
lady-
it's wisdom. All the men are not like you. They will see a lady with a very big backside and they cannot do without a lady with a big backside. They'll do all they can to keep her.
But that's what
as
I'm
much
saying.
as they know that reality
So you
is
see,
that
the
I
ladies
don't
should
have.
not also be complaining when they are in quote. They will now tell me he used okay. It used to be used and dumped. Now, what's the name of the grammar they normally use these days? So it should, if the both parties are ready for what they are gunning for.
Exactly, that's just the truth.
Because
if
I know
you want a
ladies who are not
serious
interested in you
relationship,
telling them the bad things going on with you.
Yeah.
You say, don't worry, keep your story. Yeah. What do you have? Let me eat. You know, they're not interested in whatever is going on. The bad.
it's just a
Give me
matter
the
of
picture
it's just a
alone,
matter of
you know.
the
I think
relationship. If you
that's
want
not
a
good
serious relationship or you just want to be there, that's the difference. Or you just want to go and get what you can get and leave. But if you want a serious relationship, then you guys should be realistic. But my kind of person, yeah, I want a serious relationship. But as much as I want a serious relationship, I'd love to see you make little effort for, like, do some of those little. I'm not even asking for the money. I want you to, when you walk into a place, you peck me or you kiss me. When we're walking out, we hold hands. You're by my side. I love petting a lot. And some persons will see that as unrealistic.
And he's not married to you.
So?
He comes to this office and he kisses you.
So? If I'm dating you, what's the problem with that?
You, mama, you will not agree. You that I know will not agree. Before you block your destiny, you will not agree.
This boy is not a good woman being at all. Get out. That's if I don't
we should agree.
Why do I feel like she will agree?
I think don't mind wisdom. Wisdom feels because I'm nice to everybody.
In front of Mr. Victor, Chinedu,
Wisdom,
and Victor, and you.
And you too, and you include yourself.
Mama, you know what I'm saying.
You know nothing. Excuse me.
And you come and kiss her in front there. And your
but if you're the blood of Jesus.
Forget that thing.
No, this boy has killed my life. No, Wisdom, hold on. Wisdom, I feel you're misinterpreting everything.
I'm not misinterpreting.
If I'm not dating you, yeah, it's a different case.
Okay.
But if I'm dating you and I call you my boyfriend, why not?
Wait, what I'm saying is not coming to visit you in the office or coming to see you
like
in the office.
I don't mind. I would even want you to come here.
He comes in the front of your bosses and the other.
Not in front
he's
of
not
my
married
no,
to
not
you.
in front of a boss. Then that's maybe no.
Okay, all these
but in front
all those
of
names I
you,
call, there's boss inside.
Bolu.
There's boss inside those names. Are there bosses inside those names I call?
Bosses and
By your
friends.
estimation.
And if I see friends, then I feel free with friends.
Mr. Victor, Chinedu, Uchendu Jowo, Wisdom.
But Wisdom, do you know we're on air?
Yes, we're on air. All these people combined. Is there a boss inside? If there's no boss inside,
there's just one boss inside. But why didn't you tag it as a boss thing? You made it look
it's
like
not a boss thing.
Okay, you see
if it's where ladies love attention, that's the truth. You're not married to them and you're coming to peg them anyhow in public. Of course not.
Excuse me, man.
But maybe I'm not a lady.
You're very. It's not.
I'm not a lady.
Hold on.
I don't know.
You're very wrong.
But I know for sure.
This boy wants to choke me here.
I'm not a lady, but I know for sure that you're not married to her. You can actually hold her hands. Maybe you guys are going out for something. But you're
Wisdom,
not married
that's
to her.
if you're not in a serious relationship with this person.
Okay, serious.
And if you're in a serious relationship. Because why would you be my boyfriend if we don't have anything serious?
Serious relationship is he wants to marry you. He has already told you he wants to marry you.
Whether he has said he wants to, why would I say yes to you to be my boyfriend and I don't want to be dedicated to that relationship?
Okay,
why?
That relationship is serious as long as you agree to be his girlfriend.
That's in my own point of view.
Your own point of view. Okay, so he can actually come.
And that's why I can
Mr.
call
Victor
you sweetheart, but I cannot call you babe. Because you're not, I'm not dating you.
Babe, that's your own nomenclature.
You
man.
see, so it's peculiar to me. Hold on. It's peculiar to me. So you cannot come and swat what I know I can do and I cannot do.
You just told me now that, and God helps me, I found out who your boyfriend is. And I'll tell him that, see, the day you would be sure that Pucci loves his day, you come to the office. Come around, I'll tell him at the time you come. And he'll come there, and I'll make sure. Then I'll tell him, go there and give her a very big kiss. That's all. That's the... Just God should help me, I don't find out this.
I don't know why this song came up, but I had to turn it off. I don't know why you're on fire.
Well,
like,
probably just
what's that? What?
It just those, yeah.
What happened with them?
But I will not do it if I'm not married to you. I don't think it's fair.
No, whether I'm married to you or not, as long as I'm in a relationship with you, I cannot be in a relationship with you when I know it's not leading us anywhere. What's the point of being in that relationship? So
these ladies I know that have people on the bench. Are you talking about ladies in Nigeria? Or you're talking about you? Maybe you're talking about you. And it should be the you that people on air now and we too that are your friends, we don't know too well. But ladies in Nigeria have people on the bench. And you're now telling them you're not married to her. Don't need nobody. You're not married to her and you are... I know you can take her out, do all those things, you come to her. You're not married to her. And
Wisdom, you have a very wrong notion about ladies.
I know.
And you classify everybody under one class.
I know.
You see everybody with just one perspective.
I know.
Are you serious? So you feel like we're all the same?
No, that's not true. But what I'm saying, I just said I will not.
He feels if you are not married to this person, there's no point.
Yeah,
but that is for you, Wisdom.
And we're not having a date.
I get
that
your
is
point
for
of
you.
being fair. I get your point of being fair.
But if I'm dating
but it
you,
depends on the person's preference.
If I'm dating you and I cannot date you if we don't have a serious relationship. Maybe if you're talking about fling, it's different. But if I have a serious relationship with you and I tag you as my boyfriend and we are hanging out, I cannot peck you, I cannot kiss you. Or we even come to the office and then you just come out of the car and you meet me, you cannot kiss me. Why?
Okay. Don't worry now.
But in my head, immediately she said it, yeah. I didn't feel like she would not do it. I was just in the middle.
About you.
I was just in the middle.
Wisdom, you are just pointing fingers at everybody, but we are completely different persons.
The
same way, if you buy me a teddy bear, I would be very excessively grateful. Or you buy me a flower, I know you would say no, Pucci will not take flower.
No, I will not waste my energy and buy you flowers. I will not try. That's a waste of time.
The evil spirits are floating in. They want to come and scatter everything or make it worse.
I will not buy you flowers. Why would I buy you flowers? In this country, I'll buy you if you're from the States. In this country, I will not buy a girl.
But you can buy.
But what if I say I need a flower from you?
So what's the difference between teddy bear
what if I say
flower
I need
is perishable?
But what if I want
and it's useless? But the teddy bear, I know ladies like carrying.
You say it's useless.
If you say you want
if I say I want it, why would you feel it's useless?
Have wisdom on the name of the teddy bear.
If you say you want the flower. For me, I know that Nigerian girls, the average Nigerian girl.
That's you people's problem.
Davido is buying car, buying flower. What are you saying now?
Who concerns me with Davido?
See what I'm saying
as much as
flowers
it's just like
in Nigeria
I told you about. Hold on. Just recently, I told you about somebody that if this person says, "But you come and marry me," on one hand, I'm going to marry.
Yes.
But on a normal day, I don't think any other person would see that person and say, no. People would say no. I'm bringing it up because people are different.
Everybody will love Pri. Some people will like him, some people will hate him. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying everybody will love wisdom. Some people hate the way I talk. Some ladies don't like the way if he doesn't have
exactly. It's a matter of preference.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm
not saying all ladies are the same.
No, wisdom. You have categorized everybody.
You feel like
for what you said
primary
this
one,
evening.
Primary two. So
that means different classes.
Different class of wants. Money. We all want money, but at different levels.
It's still the same primary.
Wisdom, you've categorized everybody under one umbrella, and it is very wrong.
Is it not? Then we now talked about flowers. I'm saying that it's just like having a market. This is the African market.
But people sell flowers.
I don't whether I'm married to you or not. I don't have a problem with it.
Let me finish. I'm the businessman now. I want to catch African ladies. That's my job. My job is to catch European ladies and African ladies. I will not buy you flower to catch you. I know what else to buy that is better or even a better thing to do. A proper outing with good food is even better than that. Good whatever.
But you know some people are obsessed with flowers and all this kind of lovely
things. That's
what
I'm saying. Maybe some people
are. You don't know when you're categorizing under one umbrella.
Everybody under one umbrella.
You won't get
no, African is too far. Nigerian woman.
You see?
But there are Nigerians that
I'm
want
saying
flowers.
there are ladies who want flowers. But which context where you carry flower go? Afternoon flowers.
I said hello.
I can order flowers and just send. But when it comes to real thing, I can't be bringing a good day and I just present flowers. And
But why do you think I would not like it?
I'm coming now. I'm coming.
Going away.
That
The
flower,
same way I would like
should be
it.
added incentive.
It's a lie.
It should be added incentive.
It's a lie.
You see, teddy bear is even more important than the flower.
Wisdom,
Flower
that's
should
a
be
very
added
big lie.
incentive.
That's a very
Added
big lie.
incentive, rather. Added incentive.
It's a lie.
to
Wisdom,
the
that's
love.
a very big lie.
But you should, instead of
Maybe you might
buying
say
only
a
flowers,
flower
add
and a
some
note.
things.
But you know, I feel like there's some Nigerian ladies that actually
For
want
crying
flowers.
out
Because the
loud,
other day I was
Wisdom, what
listening to a show. I don't know if you know Tools. She was talking about something like, okay, she and her friend, they were talking and she was like, that if the guy wants to give her anything for Valentine or something, that he could actually get a flower, and that the flower should not be all this one flower, all this stick flower. It should be like a bunch, like a bouquet, and all these things. And she said it's actually expensive, but she'd actually get a bouquet. So what are you saying? There are Nigerian ladies that want bouquet. They don't even want one single flower and all these things. They want flowers.
No, what I'm saying is you're correct. The way Nigerian ladies want everything that's happening to Western ladies now, for you to do it.
Wisdom is not a thing
but
of wanting.
in the real sense, can I just come on Valentine's and give you flowers and go home? Would you be happy?
Yes.
You cannot just bring
How can you be
flowers
happy?
now.
No, leave that thing.
You yourself, you know that you cannot
Okay, I
bring
cannot
just
just bring flowers. I cannot just bring flowers. It's
true.
not just. I cannot just bring flowers.
If it's a normal,
I should bring heaven and the angels from heaven.
If it's a normal afternoon, yeah, you can just come and bring surprise.
You're not flowing at my frequency.
On Valentine's,
you're flowing at my frequency.
You bring just flowers, come and meet me.
Good. Flower is dessert. Flower is dessert. So until they give you breakfast, you have not eaten. That's until they give you breakfast, you have not eaten. Dessert is
Let me
different.
tell you, on Valentine's Day, you could actually send the flowers in the morning. You could actually bring the flowers yourself.
You're playing on my frequency now. You're playing on my frequency. You use that to wake them up. Then in the night, you do the reading. Afternoon, you can even send a car.
And you could do it on a normal day.
Remember, date, I was hearing he would send a car that will come and pick me.
Guy,
then
Valentine is different.
But you send the flower in the morning.
You can send it.
Then in the night, you
wisdom,
my frequency.
on a normal day, you could actually come out and bring the flowers
If
for
Bolu
me.
wants it that way, doesn't mean I will take it that way.
I will
It
just
doesn't mean
on
someone
that,
else.
just give you flower and go home. Thank God, you have told me.
If you
I
give
would
me
advise
flower,
all
you
your
stay
people.
and spend
Remember, they're
time with
listening to
me.
you.
Well, look at you see this boy.
They'll bring
Can
flowers
you
for you
imagine this
tomorrow.
boy?
Only flowers. We'll see. We'll know how far. By the time they bring only flowers, we'll see. We are here. Are we not here?
But let the truth be
Yeah,
told,
yeah.
you cannot just bring flowers.
Bolu,
Yeah.
See,
But
even your
excuse
pastor,
me.
on the day of his birthday or even Valentine's Day, the person that sows the highest seed is very dear, close to his heart. There's nothing you can tell me. You see that side where something is involved. Not flowers is not
So
bad.
wait, you cannot
It's not a
just
bad
take
thing.
flower to somebody and
No,
then
it's
spend time
dessert.
with them. It's a bad thing.
No, spend time with them where?
In the house.
No.
You bring me
See,
flower
you cannot
and
go
you
to a
stay with
woman's
me.
house and just put flower in and just bring, and you're not in secondary school. And just put flowers and welcome to my room. Then she offers you food. She offers you drinks in her house.
It's
With
actually
flowers.
it's possible.
No, the
Wisdom,
flowers,
this
as you
is
bring the
super
flowers, she
possible.
Wisdom
smells
is
it.
super possible.
I'm not saying it's
Guy,
not
it
possible.
depends on the cruise that you've
I'm
been
not saying it's
giving
not
before.
possible. On Valentine's Day.
I just feel
No,
like
it's Valentine's Day
I
now.
just feel like if you've been giving
What's so
cruise
special
before,
about
you could actually
Valentine's
just
Day?
come and bring.
It's just like telling me,
It's not
hold
just-
on.
Ask
It's just like telling me on my birthday, you have to bring this, you have to bring that, which I really don't care about.
Good. So it's flowers I'll bring. Thank you for telling me. My brother, you see that thing we're planning? Shouldn't have spent money. Should have just bought her flowers. It's not expensive. I can even take those flowers in the
Flowers are actually expensive,
bring
oh boy.
We have to go now.
Flowers are expensive.
Wisdom, you
There
read.
are some messages here. Somebody said here in Nigeria we don't really know the significance of flowers. They will tell you now flowers are good chop. This is coming from Israel. This one says
Israel, there are ladies that need flowers. I need flowers.
we all want flowers. This one says if man must seek the consent of a woman before sex, it means no man will ever touch a woman, even your wife. To me, it is not correct. Oh well. This one says good evening, Ibuchi. Right. Hell. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I don't know what you mean by ripe. This one says good evening. I am Mike Hells, please. When I meet a lady or a girl, I become real at first hookup. If she accepts, I give her kiss on fingers, especially on public floors.
Like,
On
it's
public
interesting
slogans.
outside. I don't know why Wisdom is feeling it's not. Jesus
Me, I'm just saying, if
Christ.
you're bringing flour, you're doing well, but you will do better if you add that night. Exactly. What will you bring flour? You want her to cook? You give her flour, then you do the other thing.
People should just excuse me.
People want to propose, they use car. You bring flour.
Of course, you can use flowers.
Who does,
No,
who
flower
does
is
that?
good.
When she gets to the location of the proposal.
Oh, the location. You pay for location. No, there's a location now. You pay for location.
If there's a location.
You pay for people that will sing while you're bringing the
Please
flower.
let me read this message.
Okay.
Oh.
All right,
This
quickly,
one says
please.
most ladies do live on other ladies' realities. That's the more reasons why most guys bring false versions of themselves when they have interest on those ladies, and they both get disappointed when that lady isn't what the false reality that they put up, and issues start coming up.
All
Ima
right, so
from
we
PH.
need to wrap up now. Thank you so much, Bolo Atife and Wisdom Ubina for being here. But the
Please
reality,
don't buy me flowers. It's not expensive for me.
Priya, thank you so much for being here. Reality is that people are different, and categorizing everybody under one umbrella, it doesn't make
And
sense.
using tools that was born, that grew up outside the country as an example is not also
This person
smart.
said, "Send me your details, babe. I will rain flowers on you, boo boo."
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Send details on your contact
We have
address.
to go
Send
now.
me
Good
flowers.
evening.
This is Today
I don't understand you people. It's
95.1
not very cool in
FM,
this
Port
office.
Harcourt, voice of the people. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News.
Good evening. This is the World News in your Premium Talk Radio, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. I am Bachira Fua with the headlines. River State High Court awards 50 million naira against Nigerian police over death of Daniel Chibuike Ikaguchi, also known as Slick. And victims and families of alleged police brutality in River State demand for millions of naira compensation as sit-in enters third day. The Northeast Governors Forum laments 45.32 billion naira in 2021 proposed budget allocated for capital expenditure in sub-region, demands for a review of proposed budgets. And on foreign scene, 3-year drought in Madagascar pushes 1.5 million people into crisis. Now the details. A River State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt has awarded the sum of 50 million naira as compensation to the family of Daniel Chibuike Ikaguchi, also known as Slick, against Nigerian Police, Inspector General of Police, State Commissioner of Police, and 2 of its officers. Slick is said to have been gruesomely murdered by the operatives of the anti-kidnapping unit of River State Police Command on the 19th of September 2020, leading to a fundamental human rights suit against the defendants in the matter. In 2 of the sit-ins before Justice S.C. Amadi, the defendants were never in court but appeared on the last adjourned dates which is 23rd of November, to file counter affidavit on the four prayers of the claimant, which was refused by the court following the arguments by the claimant's counsel. The trial judge, in his judgment, granted the four prayers of the claimant, which includes declaration that the gruesome murder of Slick contravenes the Constitution of Nigeria and that not arraigning the officers who pull out the trigger against the victim before a court was illegal, amongst others. Our correspondent Uchendu Jowo reports that the claimant had demanded for 1 billion naira, but the judge awarded 50 million naira and directed that the money be paid in due course. And speaking to newsmen outside the court, counsel to the family of late Slick Noble Njoko described the judgment as a justice well served.
Well, to the extent that justice has been done, we've got judgment today. That's good. The court has seen all aspects of the brutality of the police. They are very careless, without regret. How do I describe their action? The court has seen, and just like everybody knows, that what they are doing is just out of place. And I feel great about it. I feel that the court has seen and we have gotten judgment. It's good. Justice has been done in my mind. Out of the four prayers were all granted, except that the fourth one was varied to the extent that the financial award we were asking for, the court varied it. And but again, how much would they give to this family that will bring back a life that has been lost? Well, the message of the judgment is police. I beg, make una know they kill people. The whole point and kill is only for fish. Humans are not for point and kill.
Dominic Ikeaguchi Oyeko, who is the father of late Slick, and his mother, who spoke with newsmen, said the judgments will heal their wounds to a certain level, even if their son would not come back alive.
Well, in principle, I should claim satisfaction. But at least our efforts, the efforts, my council, the efforts of my community have not been in vain. And all brothers and sisters who have been praying for the success of this case, there has been a justice done, at least. And that will enable the federal government to choose the kind of people they give guns. Don't give gun to psychopaths and mental patients. You see their attitude, the way they killed my son, you see that these people are psychopaths. They have no human feelings.
We thank God for everything. God has done his best. Because whatever that happened is God's one. He's the one that did it for us through the help of our people. I'm not happy. No amount of money they will give me to return my son back. Money is not talking. Can't hear his voice through that money again.
It would interest you to know that the family of late Slick had, in the pursuit for justice for their murdered son, approached the judicial panel of inquiry investigating alleged murder, violation of fundamental human rights of citizens, and other forms of brutality by men and officers of the Nigerian police. But the prayers were dismissed by the panel following the pending matter in court. The sitting of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into alleged acts of violence, torture, brutality, murder, and violation of fundamental rights of citizens committed by officers, men, and operatives of the Nigerian Police Force in River State has entered the third day with more witnesses testifying before it. A widow, Patience Mbang, who spoke from the witness box, explained to the commission how her only 20-year-old son, identified as Andrew Mbang, was arrested by a police officer identified as Sopol Basse in his friend's house in 2007, where they were watching football and taken to Old Jerry police station. Mbang explained that all effort to see his son proves abortive, only to be informed by someone that they saw him at the station in pool of blood, and that since 2007 till date, she has not seen her son nor his corpse, just as she demanded for justice.
What will I do? What is the offense he has committed? They did not allow me to see, drove us back. The other mothers were crying as well. Myself, I was rendered like somebody that had no life. I woke up to see myself in Olivet Clinic along Ogunobale. I didn't know how I come back to this world. I want them to compensate this family. We have suffered for so long. This is the boy that would have raised us up, would have raised me up. Look at my age. When will I have? And I need right in this thing. Government go in, because we, the mothers, we know what we are going through to bring up a child up to that extent. And one day, suddenly, you don't see, just kill. Like, it's not fair. Fair. By then, it was 20 years.
On her part, another woman, Sandra Ihejera, told the Judicial Commission of Inquiry how she was beaten up by a divisional police officer, DPO by name Manese Adamu, whom she has a business transaction of supplying sand from 2017 to 2019. Ihejere, who is a mother of four, narrated how she went to demand for a balance of 70,000 naira. And rather than being paid, the DPO beat her up, and in the process, she lost her 2-month-old pregnancy, just as she demanded 3 million naira as compensation.
One, I need justice. Two, I want him to go and apologize to my husband, my children, and my brothers. Three, my expenses that I use and write the petition to CP, AIG, Human Rights, and this panel, hospital bill. I'm still taking my treatment, but the doctor told me that she's going to refer me to ear clinic. So I don't know how much will that thing cost. Like I got this one. So I request they can give me 3 million naira.
A correspondent reported that to the chairman of the panel, after listening to the testimonies of the women, adjourned till 9th of December 2020 for cross-examination by the Nigerian police and continuation. Meanwhile, one best man, Bekwele, has told the commission how he was arrested by the police after a revenue job, adding that the police refused to grant him bail, instead took him to a place to clear urine where he was shot. Bekwele said he only saw himself in the hospital with one of his legs amputated, just as he demanded for justice.
For him, so when we go to that place, the owner of the site gave us 20,000 naira, so we now take the money to the for him to settle us. So at the end of the day, I spent 5 days in police cell. After 5 days, no clue food. Then they refused to bail me out. My IPO say nothing like bailing out. Instead of them to give me bail, I should go to court and look for bail. The next day, being the 60th day, that was when they brought me outside around 5 o'clock. Say my home go throw away urine and shit. And at that way, then they shoot me this gun, dump me outside. I don't even know when they take me to hospital. So just for me to realize myself, I saw myself.
Also, in Nawodia, Bliss Iyala also told the commission that SAS operatives collected his 2002 Toyota Avalon model in 2018 at Omoko area, alleging that his car was turned to patrol van for the police, claiming to have seen his car parked at the defunct SAS office at Rupoko, just as he demanded for 3.5 million naira as compensation.
Sadly, the car has been used by the operative of Federal SAS, and then they abused, misused, and then abandoned the car, which is still in their premises, close to their office along East West Road, MR 2018, 21st of April 2018.
What is your crime?
On what
What
offense? That I had no police clearance among my vehicle documents. Prayer is for the commission to help me, give me justice by ensuring that my car is replaced. And I would not want the car to be bought for me. I want monetary.
Our correspondent Uchendu Ejowo report that the commission, after entertaining 7 petitions, adjourned till Monday, 30th November 2020. A suspected sea pirate who has been terrorizing passengers along the Port Harcourt-Bonny waterways in River State, Dan Ezekiel George, has been arrested. The suspect was arrested after his gang allegedly attacked a passenger boat that claimed one life along the Bonny Port Harcourt waterways in the state. And 28-year-old George, who is also a boat driver, was nabbed during an attack on the Port Harcourt-bound travelers around Asarama area of Andoni local government area of the state, carting away their goods and other belongings yesterday. As I said, many of the passengers sustained injuries from machete cuts used freely on them by the criminal gang, while one of them died in the process. But in the meantime, the spokesman for the State Police Command, Namdi Omoni, has confirmed the incident, saying a manhunt has been launched to apprehend fleeing members of the gang. The lawyer of #Answers protesters, Additional Ogunlana, has asked the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry to summon the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola. Ogunlana has told the retired Justice Doris Okuwobi-led panel that Fashola must be summoned to explain the circumstances in which he found a camera at the toll gate 5 days after the shooting incident. According to Ogunlana, the visit to the toll gate on October 25th, when Fashola found the camera, suggests an intrusion into the evidence of the October 20 shootings. Ogunlana said this while examining the managing director of the Lekki Concession Company, operator of the Lekki toll gate, Abayomi Omomua. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has struck out the case filed by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project against the Minister of Information and Culture and National Broadcasting Commission. The court held that SERAP has no lucra standi in the case, as it is not a part of the matter. The judge, in the meantime, described the case as a mere academic exercise. SERP had approached the court to stop the 9 million naira fine imposed on 3 broadcast stations for infractions. A federal high court has granted bail to the senator representing Borno South, Ali Undume. Senator Undume has been in detention since Monday over his short T-ship for former pension reforms tax team chairman Abdul Rashid Maina, who had jumped bail. But Justice Okon Abang, who granted the bail, said the decision was based on the senator's record of good behavior in court. Ndume had been remanded at the Kuje Correctional Center for failing to produce the former pension tax team boss. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, has vowed not to allow violent protests in the country, noting that the police were ready to combat any group attempting to cause a breakdown of law and order. While reiterating that the Constitution guaranteed peaceful protests, the IG said many of the masterminds of the violence that rocked the #EndSARS protests had been arrested, including inmates who escaped from Edo Custodial Center. Responding to the questions during a meeting with command commissioners of police in IGP Adamu disclosed that many inmates had equally been arrested in Kano and Kaduna while perpetrating crimes. He called on well-meaning Nigerians to prevail on groups said to be planning another round of protests to drop the idea. The Northeast Governors Forum has lamented the 45.32 billion naira in the 2021 proposed budget allocated for capital expenditure in the sub-region. The forum, in the communique, while demanding for a review of the proposed budget in the spirit of equity and inclusion, noted with dismay that despite the challenges of development, especially in the area of infrastructural deficits in the Northeast, the 2021 proposed budget makes provision for only 45.32 billion naira for capital projects in the sub-region, representing a paltry 0.35% of the proposed 13.02 trillion naira made available to newsmen on Friday. According to the forum, after their third meeting in Yola, Adamawa states the Northeast is highly shortchanged as they demanded review of the 2021 budget in the spirit of equity and inclusion by the National Assembly. It equally mandated the Northeast caucus of both the Senate and House of Representatives to take immediate steps to redress the imbalance. The forum observed that the sub-region has been unfairly treated in the provision of roads infrastructure by the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, and further noted with dismay the slow or outright non-existent progress in the pace of the roads already allocated in the sub-region, and therefore called for the immediate reactivation and review of the comatose existing road contract in the sub-region rather. The Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has said his state requires at least 75 billion to fix erosion sites across the state. Governor Uzodinma disclosed this in a press briefing in Abuja after a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari, where, according to him, Imo has 360 erosion sites, of which 57 have been studied. He said Imo is one of the worst affected states by erosion in Nigeria. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. So stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. You're still on to the World News and Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. A meeting between the federal government and the organized labor over the recent hike in the pump price of petroleum and electricity tariff has been adjourned till next week. The move is to enable the federal government to do a proper consultation on the pump price of petrol and labor insisting on the reversal of the price. Both parties have reconvened yesterday evening, days after the labor leaders walked out of another parley with the federal government to discuss the matter. Addressing the meeting in Abuja, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, said Sunday's event was not a walkout but a recess, insisting that both parties, the government and the labour unions, were working for the betterment of the nation. On his part, the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, who was also at the meeting, gave an assurance that the government would ensure that resolutions reached would be for the benefit of Nigerian people. The Nigerian Army has promoted 421 of its top officers to new ranks. Details of the promotion is contained in the Nigerian Army memo signed by Major General Gat Ochibano. The promotion list contains 39 brigadier generals who were promoted to the rank of Major General, while 97 colonels were moved to the rank of Brigadier General. Similarly, 105 lieutenant colonel were promoted colonel, while 180 majors became lieutenant colonels. The newly promoted officers are, however, barred from using their new ranks until they are formally decorated. And on the foreign scene, the United Nations Food Agency says 3-year drought in southern Madagascar has pushed 1.5 million people into crisis. The WFP said the number of people in need of assistance had tripled in the past few months. In the war-hit area of Boasri, 3/4 of children have dropped out of school to help their parents look for food. Some people are exchanging essential household items such as cooking utensils for food. And on entertainment, it seems the battle between dancehall singer Cynthia Morgan and her erstwhile boss Jude Okoye is far from over. And this is because the German Jewish singer has now taken legal action against Okoye. Madrina, formerly known as Cynthia Morgan, took Okoye to court over the accountability of her intellectual property during their time together. In a court document obtained by Newsman, which was filed before the Federal High Court Ikoyi, Lagos, dated November 26, 2020, the singer demanded a full account of income and expenditure from her intellectual property by the defendant, Not Side Entertainment Limited, owned by Jude Okoye. According to the court's papers, it was agreed that the compensation due to the plaintiff would be withheld by the defendant's company until they were able to reimburse themselves for the expenses incurred in the promotion of the plaintiff. This simply means that the singer will not be paid till Okoye recovers all the money he spent on promoting her craft. However, Cynthia Morgan claimed that since signing a contract with Okoye's Not Side Entertainment on September 25th, 2013, he had spent about 8.5 million naira on her, which includes rent payment of 1.5 million naira, acquisition of a 2012 Range Rover car worth about 6 million naira, and car maintenance, which cost 1 million, excluding the cost of the 10 music videos, which the figure was not stated. And in sports, Nigeria has dropped down to 35th position in the latest FIFA Coca-Cola Award rankings following a lackluster display in November that saw them end the year without a win. The rankings released by the World Football Body showed that Nigeria dropped 3 places from the 32nd position in November. The Super Eagles dropped 3 places from their previous position following a poor performance against Sierra Leone in their 2021 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying fixture. They also dropped from number 3 to 4 in Africa. Meanwhile, Sierra Leone are among the biggest movers on the continent as they climbed 4 places in 116th to 116th in the world. And Senegal moved up 1 spot to 20th in the world and are number 1 in Africa. Tunisia remained second on the continent and 26th globally, while reigning African champions Algeria dropped 1 spot to 31st and 3rd in Africa. In the global rankings, Belgium retained their number 1 spots, with France and Brazil occupying the 2nd and 3rd position. To end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. The River State High Court has awarded a sum of 50 million naira against Nigerian police over the death of Daniel Chibuike Ikewuchi, also known as Slick. The victims and family members of the alleged police brutality in River State have demanded for millions of naira as compensation as the sitting of the commission entered the 3rd day. The Northeast Governors Forum has lamented that 45.32 billion naira in the 2021 proposed budget allocated for capital expenditure in sub-region and demanded for the review of the proposed budget. An unforeseen 3-year drought in Madagascar has pushed 1.5 million people into crisis. And that was the news edited by Uchendu Ejowo. For comments and inquiries, please call 081 5341 8657 or 081 44343502, or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Do not forget to take responsibility. Wash your hands frequently with soap under running water. Avoid touching your face and high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. I am Buchira Afua, thanking you for listening. Good evening and good night.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.